I'm Christine Lisi. It is no longer day-to-day when it comes to the Bills with quarterback Josh Allen, but literally hour to hour. That's the approach the team is taking when it comes to making a decision on their franchise quarterback and whether he'll play against the Vikings Sunday because of an elbow injury, according to Coach Sean McDermott.
Just looking at how he's going to progress through the day and as he goes through his different tests medically, making sure that he's able to check the boxes in a progression. So we'll see where it goes. Josh needs to be Josh. If he's able to play and Case plays, then Case needs to be Case and run the offense.
Case would be backup quarterback Case Keenum. Allen officially listed as questionable. Steelers linebacker TJ Watt will return from a pec injury against the Saints on Sunday. NBA, ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports the NBPA believes there's optimism for a resolution to the Kyrie Irving situation very soon. Nets suspended Irving a minimum 5 games for failing to initially apologize for his tweet that contained a link to a film containing anti-Semitic material. He may not be in a position to return, though, in the next 2 games.
Temperature's getting low, but demand remains high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates, all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Football Friday, fired up for it. LSU against Arkansas, Saints, Steelers. The good guys on the road this weekend. Tulane is at home. Phil Steele in about 15 minutes to preview and pick the biggest games of the college football weekend. Brian Kelly met with the media last night at his coach's show. We'll give you some injury updates, preparation, all that sort of stuff here in just a quick second. Saints injury report, the final injury report of game week is out. So here we go. Officially designated as out for the New Orleans Saints against the Steelers are running back Mark Ingram, cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, center Eric McCoy, guard Andres Pete, linebacker Pete Werner, all out. Marcus Davenport and Marcus Mayer questionable, and new to the injury report are Tano Passanio and P.J. Williams, who are questionable due to illness, I would assume, and I'm making an assumption. I'm telling you flatly, I'm making an assumption that that's flu-related, since flu has been running rampant with a lot of people lately. So don't know that definitively, but I'll make that assumption. You know what I'm going to circle mostly, and that is Eric McCoy. Both Eric McCoy and Andres Pete are both out. You know Mike Detilier's old line. When a team loses its starting center, they fail to cover some 85% of the time the week they lose their starting center. So good luck to Cesar Ruiz there at center. And then obviously not only does Ruiz move over, but Throckmorton goes in. Then with Andres Pete out, you'll have another backup guard as well. So I don't know what the interior of the Saints offensive line is going to look like. What I do know is that it's going to stink, and they're going to have to deal with guys like Cam Hayward. And obviously with Watt coming back this week, the Saints are going to get mauled on the line of scrimmage, and they're not going to win this game. And I will still watch the game in hopes that they will find a way to win. And if Tampa loses, draw even into first place in this division. But I just know what the season is and what it's going to continue to be. So more bad injury news for the Saints. The middle of their offensive line is going to be a total mishmash in Pittsburgh, a team coming off a bye, a team getting healthy. Yes, with a young quarterback, but a really good, successful head coach in a favorable situation. So Saints at Steelers, and Saints are going to be down some pretty significant pieces in Pittsburgh. All right, it's after further review. The opposite is true for LSU. I did an interview earlier today with my buddies Wes Moore and Justin Acree in Little Rock, and they asked me a question about LSU's health, and they were sort of optimistic, hoping that I was going to say LSU was battling injuries because they were talking about KJ Jefferson's injury. They were talking about the two players in the secondary that are suspended for this game, including their safety, who Slusher, who is Miles Slusher, who has kind of been their best defensive back this year, who's out. And we obviously know that both Greg Brooks and Joe Fouché play for LSU now. Arkansas secondary has been a disaster this year, and they're going to be down their best player now. So, and I kind of relate. I was like, guys, it's a little odd, but this is as healthy a team as I can remember in November. And I'm not saying there aren't years in the past where LSU hasn't been healthy, or maybe they have. I'm just, typically when you get to this point in the SEC, when you get into November, you have natural bumps and breaks and bruises and strains and sprains, and you just have things you deal with. This has been a really healthy team. You lost, we all know, you lost maybe your best player on the first defensive series of the season. And you've replaced Mason Smith admirably on that defensive front. But Major Burns is back, and the only other big injury you were really waiting on, I mean, you've gotten Armani Goodwin back. The only other big one was Garrett Dellinger. And so when Brian Kelly met with the media, he gave the update on Garrett Dellinger, and it's good news.
I think he'll be in a rotation, kind of as I alluded to earlier in the week. Had a good week, got a lot of reps. So I think he's clearly going to be getting back into the rotation.
So how do they work that rotation? Don't know. We'll see. The great news, if you're LSU, is over the last 3 games with Dellinger out, Florida, Ole Miss, Alabama, those have been your best offensive games. And it's not a correlation. It's not saying you were better because he was out. You were improving offensively in spite of not having one of your best offensive linemen. So Miles Frazier has built tremendous experience and equity there playing left guard. You've been very good. And now you get Dellinger back, which only provides more depth and talent and experience there on the interior of that line. Brian Kelly was also asked, so how would that work, right? So if you've got Bradford at right guard, Frazier at left guard, Dellinger comes back, how does this rotation work?
Well, we're going to play the guy that's more consistent. Frazier's involved in that too. There's a 3-man rotation there, so all of them. We think that there's enough reps for all 3 of them because I think they're all quality SEC linemen. So we're going to play them all and keep them fresh. I think it's an advantage. We're going to use it as an advantage more so than one guy's, playing and the other guy's not. So, yeah, I just think it makes us better now that he's in the rotation. And Bradford, look, competition's always good too, right? So we've got a little competition there. We can lean on them a little bit. If we don't think that they're practicing up to the level that we set, we can ask them to stand over next to me. And that gets their attention a little bit better. There's
nothing wrong with that at all, even in a game. You want to give a guy a series, give a guy a quarter, 2 series. Guy's not playing well, put the other guy in. There is nothing wrong with that at all. So you've got guys that could play. The same way you rotate defensive linemen to keep guys fresh, you can do that on the offensive line as well. I know that's atypical, but when you have enough guys, the best example of this was 2011. LSU's entire 2 deep in 2011, everybody, the first 10 guys had all started games for LSU at some point in their careers. And the next guy, the 11th guy, was a 5-star number 1 offensive tackle in the country in Lyle Collins. So you had options, and they all played. I mean, T-Bob will tell you. T-Bob played center. He played guard when PJ was in. If PJ got hurt, T-Bob went in. He could slide over. I mean, you had this rotation that worked. So I think that's a great luxury for LSU getting Dellinger back. The flip side of it is what is Arkansas going to do with KJ Jefferson? This, for me, is just the biggest thing of the week. And we've talked about it a lot here. I know so many people have talked about the emotion of the letdown, the bounce back for Arkansas, all that stuff. For me, this is very simple. When you look at Arkansas this season, When you look at Arkansas this season, it's very easy. When KJ Jefferson is playing and healthy, their offense is good. When he is not, their offense is bad. Against Mississippi State, they scored 17 points. This last week, whenever he was injured with the shoulder, they scored 19 against Liberty. When he is not right, their offense is not right. And I don't know how right he's going to be. Here was Brian Kelly on KJ Jefferson's status.
Well, you have to prepare for all three quarterbacks. So that's what it does in that sense. We know that there is some question about that. I'll believe it when I see it, is kind of how I've always prepared. But we know Hornsby is dynamic. He hits a seam. If you are not precise in your run support, he'll go the distance. So that gets your attention. Threw for 234 yards, against Mississippi State. He can push the ball down the field. I think against Mississippi State, I think he was responsible for like 72 or 73% of the production in that game. So he can produce. So that's a real quarterback.
The Mississippi State game, when Malik Hornsby started, he was 8 of 17 for 234. He had completions in that game of 68 and 54. So 2 completions accounted for more than half of his passing yards that day. So LSU has been very good at not giving up that big play. So if it's Malik Hornsby, you don't give up the big play. Okay. Brian Kelly was also asked about Jayden Daniels' draft stock. We'll get to that in a second. Let me remind you about Shawbills. Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, shawbillstire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. Last night, my mom babysat Drew for us. We went to the Business Reports 40 Under 40 event. Awesome night, by the way. Congrats to all the 40 Under 40 honorees. Shout out my brother-in-law. James Anderman was one of them, CSRS. So my mom watched Drew, got back home, was talking to her a little bit. She's like, hey, I had to go to Shawbills yesterday. Nail in the tire. Tire went flat. Brought it to Shawbills. They patched it for free. That's what Shawbills does. If you need a tire repair, they'll repair your tire. If you need new tires, they'll sell you tires cheaper than anybody. If you need bumper-to-bumper auto service, Shawbills. ShawBillsTire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service. Name brand tires at wholesale prices. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling. All right, Brian Kelly, real quick, and we're going to get to Phil Steele. I don't want to put this off any longer. Brian Kelly was asked on his radio show about Jayden Daniels' draft decision, which has become far more of a topic of conversation here in the last 4 weeks than it was in the first 4 weeks, certainly.
Yeah, it's too early. I think Jayden obviously has the ability to go into the NFL draft. We do evaluations. I bring in an outside consultant to do evaluations for the players. Those have been completed, and he has all that information. And, look, he understands that he's beginning to kind of, put himself in a really good position. But, he's a smart kid, and he knows that whatever decision he makes, he's going to make based upon where he can obviously help himself. And so I'm pretty confident that he'll make the right decision, and we'll give him all the information necessary to do that.
It's just the biggest news that he's going to have a much more sincere decision to make than he would have 4 weeks ago. And if he keeps playing the way he has, I think the decision becomes easier for him. All right, it's after further review. Phil Steele previewing the biggest games of the college football weekend next on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, expanding healthcare in Baton Rouge, serving the greater Baton Rouge area. I mentioned 40 Under 40. One of the 40 Under 40 honorees last night from the Baton Rouge Business Report was one of the Baton Rouge General surgeons who's part of the Advanced Robotics Institute. Tell you all the time about the Mako robot for knee replacement surgery, but it's not just the Mako robot for knee replacement. It's the Advanced Robotics Institute, which has been phenomenal at using robotics and robotic technology to assist in surgery for smaller incisions, more precise results, less downtime, minimally invasive surgeries. It's at the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org. As a matter of fact, it was Dr. Scott Doherty who was honored for 40 Under 40 last night. So congrats to Dr. Doherty on his honor last night. Certainly to all of our friends at the Baton Rouge General Hospital. Learn more at brgeneral.org.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at gocatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Football Friday here on AFR, and every Friday we preview the biggest games of the college football weekend with the man, Phil Steele. Of course, get to philsteele.com. That's Phil, S-T-E-E-L-E, philsteele.com. Take that Phil Steele Plus tour where he always gives you free selections, and you can learn how to use Phil Steele Plus, and he's with us every Friday. Phil, thanks for the time as always. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How about yourself today?
Man, I am doing phenomenal. You kidding me? I mean, after the week we had in Baton Rouge last Saturday, you better believe the whole town's been buzzing, if not maybe a little hungover, which, Phil, has led to a very interesting question about the LSU-Arkansas game, which we'll wrap up with. But it feels like this is a big bounce back or let down weekend across college football. That's where I want to start, actually. He's in Baltimore in the early window. Notre Dame, big emotional win over Clemson. Now they got to go on the road to Baltimore, neutral site game to take on Navy. Notre Dame's a little more than a touchdown favorite. I'm looking at 15.5 right now. Is Notre Dame in a bit of a trap spot here after the big win?
In this case, I don't think so, because Notre Dame has still got 3 losses on the year, so it's not like they've achieved anything. They, a loss this week, and they're all of a sudden a 6-4 team. Nothing major there. And the good thing was they have to go full effort the entire game against Clemson. They led that thing 35-0, gave up a couple of late scores. The other thing I like about this game, Matt, is the fact that Notre Dame's defense knows how to shut down the option. You go back to last year, they held Navy to 184 yards, 11 first downs in the game. And Navy's offense has not been all that potent this year. There's been numerous games where Navy's been shut down, like last week against Cincinnati, just 260 yards. Temple held them to 224. So I think the Notre Dame defense comes out with some fight this week and plays well. On the flip side of the coin, they've got a big offensive line that should be able to move Navy's smaller defensive front. And like I said, it's been quite a disappointing year for Navy or for Notre Dame. I think they use this Clemson game as one that gets them sort of recharged for the year and plays better down the stretch.
Boy, it was impressive physical domination of Notre Dame of Clemson a week ago. And Phil, if you remember, like Clemson was one of my favorite picks a week ago. You obviously had Notre Dame, and you were right on with that one. I'm also interested, Phil, in Purdue, Illinois, because everybody knows Michigan and Ohio State are basically going to play for one half of the Big Ten. But this game here is critically important to see who's going to play the winner of that Michigan-Ohio State game, provided everything goes according to plan. Purdue in Champaign, the Illini are a touchdown favorite. How do you see this one going, Phil?
Yeah, and this one I like Illinois at home. They've been, to me, the far more impressive team. Now, last week they lost to Michigan State at home, but they also got stopped on downs 5 times in that game and also had their punter kick it into the butt of the up man. So all of a sudden it was like having 6 turnovers in that game. They had a 441 to 294 yard edge. They're number 6 in my average game grades in the season of all the teams out there. So it's an Illinois team that's not doing it with smoke and mirrors, not doing it with a soft schedule. They're doing it with a dominating defense that's given up just 232 yards per game, an outstanding run game led by Chase Brown, the nation's leading rusher with 1,344 yards, and a quarterback in Tommy DeVito who's hitting 71% with a 14-2 ratio. Purdue last week got shut down by Iowa's defense. I think Illinois' defense is just as good, if not even better, and they're at home. So I look for Illinois to bounce back, get the big win here, and put themselves in the driver's seat in the West. I like Illinois minus the points.
Phil Steele is with us on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com. Bama at Ole Miss. Of course, Bama, Phil, the big question is, what are they playing for at this point? 2 losses already. Now they go on the road to Ole Miss. And, man, the Rebels, that high-powered offense. Bama's a 12-point favorite in this game, but my goodness, this is one that just you look at it and you go, it's number 9 versus number 11. Who's playing for what? Who's up? How do you make sense out of what's going to happen in Oxford at 2:30?
Well, for me, it's pretty simple. Nick Saban off a loss, yeah. I think we're going to see Alabama play their best game. In fact, the last 5 losses they've had, they've bounced back and bounced back big. Even this year, they lost to Tennessee, and the Mississippi State game, they only won 30-6. But remember, Mississippi State scored a touchdown on the last play of the game. It was basically a shutout. And following Ole Miss this year, now they have played a soft schedule, top to bottom. They've hardly played anybody. And, the LSU game, they jumped out to that lead, and then they just got shut down by LSU. Earlier this year, they struggled to run the ball in Kentucky. They didn't cover against Troy, Tulsa, Kentucky, Auburn. Of course, didn't cover against LSU. And last week got a rare cover by a half a point against Texas A&M. Their defense has given opponents 23 yards above their season average. You do that to Alabama, give them above their season average, especially a Bama team that only scored 31 last week. I say Katie barred the door there. And Mississippi is really a team that needs to run the football. You look at Alabama, while they gave up 185 against LSU last week, I think they have a better run defense than Ole Miss has faced this year. So add it all up. I like Bama to win this one comfortably.
Phil Steele is with us. So we mentioned Notre Dame. Of course, the team that Notre Dame beat is Clemson, and so you wonder about maybe a bounce-back spot for Clemson. There is no margin for error for Clemson any longer. They're ranked 10th. They're 8-1. They're still undefeated in the ACC, so they got the inside track to win the league or get to the championship game. Here come the Louisville Cardinals at 6-3, but this feels like maybe a sneaky, dangerous spot for Clemson. How do you see it, Phil?
Yeah, and unlike Nick Saban, Clemson doesn't bounce back big after losses necessarily. You look at last year, they didn't cover, or they lost to NC State. The next week, they barely got past Boston College. They lost to Pitt. They barely got past Florida State. The previous year, they had a loss and barely won. So they're a team that's, about a 500 preposition coming off a loss. So it's not the automatic bounce back that you have with in Alabama. And then, Matt, in the magazine, I had Clemson's defensive line rated number 1 in the country. Well, they've been disappointing this year. I mean, they're good, no doubt about it. I don't think they're living up to their talent level. I think when you look at this Clemson defensive line 3-4 years from now, all these guys are going to be in the NFL. 6, 7, 8 of them are going to be in the NFL. Yet this year, the last 3 games, They've given up 206 yards rushing. Last week they gave up 263 yards rushing and pretty much got controlled by Notre Dame's offensive line in that game. Meanwhile, you look at Louisville's defensive line. They've got 32 sacks this year. And over the last 4 weeks, they're giving up just 2.7 yards per carry. They're actually playing better on the defensive line with Louisville than they are with Clemson. Then you look at the run game. I give the edge here to Louisville. They're averaging over 200 yards per game rush, 5.0 yards per carry. Quarterback, Malik Cunningham or DJ Uiagalelei. I'll take Malik Cunningham. So you might just have the better defense here, the better run game, and the better quarterback. Yeah, it's on the road, but I like Louisville's chances in this one. I'm taking them plus the points, and upset wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Close to home here, Phil. It's for dominance there in the American. It's a ranked-on-ranked matchup. The first time ever a ranked-on-ranked matchup at Yulman Stadium, uptown New Orleans. 17th ranked Tulane, 22nd ranked Central Florida. Gus Malzahn doing a lot better than the Auburn team he left. And Tulane is this is a virtual pick 'em. I'm looking at Tulane laying a point. What do you think, Phil? Can Tulane keep their dream season going?
Yeah, last ranked versus ranked home game for Tulane was 1949. So
was it LSU? Had to be, I guess.
I think it was Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, okay.
I wasn't around back in 1949. Maybe you were, Matt.
I was not, but I know you have a chart of everything.
But, I still feel UCF's the best team in the American Conference. And last week they were in a letdown spot coming off that big win against Cincinnati, having to go on the road. And they showed me something coming out of there with their backup quarterback getting the win. Now, John Rice Plumlee missed the game with a concussion. What we've basically seen is since the Tua situation earlier this year, you get a concussion, you miss a game, then they come back and they play the next game. So I do think Plumlee has a good chance of returning. I do think UCF's the best team in the American. And look who they played. They played arguably the three top teams in the American Conference in SMU, East Carolina, and Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Tulane has played East Carolina, but they didn't play SMU. They didn't play Cincinnati, so they haven't been playing the same type of competition. It's a big game. Love the way Tulane plays defense, but they're only plus 41 yards per game in conference play. UCF is plus 117. I'm just going to go with the team I picked to win the American to come out of there at the win in UCF.
Phil Steele's with us, philsteele.com. That's STEELE, philsteele.com. Of course, go take the Phil Steele Plus tour. You get your free picks every single Friday and learn how to use Phil Steele Plus. Phil, let's jump back into the SEC. Again, we keep talking about these letdown spots potentially. There's Georgia. Phil, it's interesting. Georgia looks bored at times. Like they played with their food against Missouri and Kent State. But when they lock in, my goodness, how good were they against Oregon? How good were they last week against Tennessee? So now here comes a spot where they got to go to Starkville. They're a 16-point favorite. Are we going to get dominant Georgia or disinterested Georgia?
Well, I think the good news is they're a road favorite. That's where Kirby Smart's at his best. Granted, the Missouri game wasn't a great one for them, but I think they learned their lesson. And I think they're motivated by taking on Mike Leach and that offense. It's a different offense. I think they'll be highly motivated on the defensive side of the ball. And if you follow Mississippi State, and go back to the LSU game, Mississippi State looked great the first quarter, into the second quarter, and then LSU just shut them down. You go back to the Kentucky game. They just got shut down against Kentucky. How about Alabama? Once again, scored a touchdown the last play of the game. So we've seen good defenses can shut Mississippi State down. Georgia, okay, they got a really good defense, best one in the country, holding opponents to 154 yards per game below their season average. And Mississippi State, I thought coming into the year had a pretty formidable defense, but 4 times this year they've given up over 200 yards rushing. In fact, they're giving up 4.7 yards per carry in SEC play. That's not going to work against the Georgia run game. I think we're going to see Georgia be well motivated this week, even on the road against Mississippi State, and I think they match up well as well. So I like Georgia minus the points in that one.
All right, Phil, sit tight. Phil Steele is with us. We're going to grab a break, come back. We'll continue. We'll preview the rest of the night slate, including Washington, Oregon, Texas, TCU, and, of course, we'll circle back to LSU and Arkansas. Phil's with us. We'll continue next on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana, lainsurance.net, lainsurance.net. Better coverage for less money. You can always give them a buzz at 293-0450, no matter where you are. By the way, they cover the entire state. They're also licensed in Texas and Arkansas and Mississippi and Alabama and Florida. So if you've got a beach home or a condo property, hunting camp, out of state, Insurance Network of Louisiana can help you with insurance for those as well. Or if you're listening to us out of state, Insurance Network of Louisiana can help. Give them a buzz. 293-0450. 293-0450. It's 225-293-0450 or lainsurance.net. They're open till 4:30. It's got another hour to give them a call. Go into the weekend starting this process. Let them work on it for you, and when they have the results, they'll get back to you and let you know what your options are. It's so easy. There's no caveat. There's no fine print. They shop and you save. If they can't find you better coverage for less money, stick with what you got. But call 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
During the season of Thanksgiving, Corvell Toyota wants to take the time to thank you for your business. We could not be in business for over 50 years without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you from Corvell Toyota in Opelousas.
Thank you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
We continue with Phil Steele, philsteele.com, previewing the biggest games of the college football weekend. We will get to LSU-Arkansas here momentarily. Phil, let's pick up with the night game, maybe the biggest game in college football this weekend, with apologies, of course, to TCU and Texas. But Washington and Oregon, the night game on Fox. Oregon seems to have a pretty clear path, but it's fair to say their hurdles get higher here in the remaining 3 games in the potential Pac-12 championship game. What do you think, Phil, about Oregon in Eugene at home against UW?
Yeah, they did pass a test against UCLA earlier this year,
yep.
But Washington is a good test. There's numerous things I like about this matchup, and the reason I like Oregon minus the points. First of all, the last 13 times Oregon has been favored in this rivalry, They've covered all 13, so that's a nice place to start. Oregon is 3-0 or 4-0 straight up and against the spread at home. Washington is 0-3 against the spread on the road. And while Washington lost to UCLA 40-32, makes it look like a close game, that thing was 40-16. Washington got a couple of late scores to make it 40-32. And the only game Oregon has not covered since Georgia was that Washington State game, a game they ironically had a 624 to 350-yard edge in, allowed a touchdown on the last play of that game to only win it by 3 and settle for a bunch of field goals. Also gave up a 95-yard fumble return for a touchdown. So I've been very impressed with Oregon. I have not been impressed with Washington. Washington's lost 5 in a row against the spread. I think Oregon gets this one by a couple of touchdowns. They also run the football a lot better, and that's going to play well, especially if the weather gets a little worse.
Okay. Phil, the other one with gigantic playoff implications, and no disrespect to Washington and Oregon, but it's TCU and Texas. Phil, this is one where a lot of people are looking, all right, man, people love Texas in this game. They're a touchdown favorite. I think it might have even climbed to 7 and a hook right now. TCU has been so good against the spread, Phil. What gives with this line? Why the lack of respect for TCU?
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing last week. My power rating said Texas should be favored over Kansas State, but I'm like, they can't make Texas a favorite on the road against Kansas State, which just had a great game against Oklahoma State, and they did. And Vegas knew what would happen there. Texas got the win and cover. And once again here, my power ratings do say Texas should win this game probably by about 7 to 10 points and cover the spread. But I'm not going against TCU. I'm not putting my money against TCU until they actually lose a game. I think this is probably the week they lose a game, but I've thought that before a couple of weeks, so I'm not going to wager on it. My computer and my power ratings like Texas in this game, much like Vegas likes them, but it's tough to lay that many points against an undefeated TCU team that has miraculous comebacks. The one thing I like best in this game, Matt, is Texas minus 3.5 in the first half. If you follow Texas football the last 2 years, they get out to big leads and then blow them at the end. And if you follow TCU this year, they're down in every single game, and then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter they appear. I'm very confident Texas is going to be leading this game at the half.
Interesting, Phil. I just checked on DraftKings, and the first half line is up to 5.5. Right now,
okay, that makes sense.
So I think you might have moved the line already if you've given that one out somewhere along the way. So that's clearly a popular play. Phil, this one is not of any significance to anything other than people with these two fan bases or just this sort of morbid curiosity. But Texas A&M and Auburn, one of these teams is going to clinch themselves a losing season, and that is just bizarre to say about a Texas A&M team that was preseason top 10, and Auburn, who we had a lot of questions about this year, obviously, but man, the energy around Cadillac Williams has made this one sort of interesting. They've sold out this game. 2, 3, and 6 teams have sold out the game. So, go ahead, please.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you 100% in that respect. I was wondering why Auburn let Brian Harsin twist in the wind so long. Why not make the change so that the fans could be completely bought in, so that the players know what's going on? Go ahead and make the change. You knew they were going to fire Harsin after they lost to Penn State, so why not make the change? They didn't. They left him twisting in the wind, and what we saw was Auburn struggle on a weekly basis. They may have been good at the half and the majority of their games. I mean, they led LSU. Georgia only outgained them by 6 yards at the half. Mississippi, they had a really good game against, covered that one. But we saw it last week against Mississippi State. Too bad Auburn couldn't pull off the win, but Cadillac Williams has recharged this team. They're going to be fired up. They're at home, and they've got a pretty good team. I like the way Robbie Ashford's throwing the ball. Now, with Texas A&M, they're a banged-up team. They've got question marks at quarterback, question marks around everywhere except for Devon Chain at the running back spot. The defense has been giving up gobs of yards, especially on the ground, 272 yards on the ground, 5.3 yards per carry. They're taking on Tank Bigsby, Jacquez Hunter here. I'm going to go with the home team here to pull out the win in Auburn. And, A&M was a very inexperienced team coming into the year. They'll be more experienced next year. And I can tell you, if they do have a losing season this year, I wonder who my number one most improved team in the country is going to be next year.
All right. Well, that would be a very early hat tip to the Aggies. We'll get to that in the summer. Hey, Phil, before we get to LSU and Arkansas, something I wanted to ask you, people do ask from time to time, do you have a best bet or maybe an off-the-radar play that we haven't highlighted, something that you really like this weekend?
Yeah, I'll throw one out to you, and it's a game. Yeah, I'm sure you and your friends have been talking about all week long, Matt. It's Connecticut. Connecticut hosting Liberty, so it's the big game of the week. It's probably dominated all the radio stations out there. But now you do talk about a letdown spot here with Liberty, because that was a massive win last week over Arkansas on the road, a program maker. And, in that game, Day Hunter, their top running back, got injured in the first quarter. Now, Day's averaging 6.6 yards a carry. If you followed him at Hawaii, he's a dangerous, explosive player. Unfortunately, and very unfortunately, he's out for the year. And now their running back is Shedro Lewis, who averages 4.1 yards per carry. And then you look, their number 3 rusher is a quarterback who's out for the year. Their number 4 rusher is a quarterback. Their number 5 rusher, T.J. Green, has 47 yards rushing. So they're pretty depleted at the running back spot. And they go from having a superstar running back to having an average running back. I think that hurts them. Going on the road a second straight week hurts them. How can they get pumped up for Connecticut when they got another Power 5 opponent on deck in Virginia Tech? And if you follow Connecticut this year, you've got Jim Mora circled as your coach of the year. I mean, somehow, some way, Connecticut's 5-5. They're playing for a bowl bid here, for crying out loud. And then what makes good coaches great? How they do against the spread. Jim Mora is 8-2 against the spread this year. They are going to be pumped up. I mean, they knocked off Boston College at home. They knocked off Fresno State at home in games they were really fired up for. And I think they're going to be really fired up for a Liberty team that comes in here 8-1. You're getting two touchdowns, a little over 2 touchdowns at home. I like Connecticut plus the points over Liberty.
All right, Phil. And by the way, Phil, we have talked about that a little bit, because as I let in, we've talked about letdown spots, and Liberty, a massive letdown spot, as you said there. So Phil likes Liberty. I'm UConn and the points. Excuse me. Phil likes UConn and the points there. Okay, Phil, the one that we have all been talking about. It's so bizarre, Phil. I've done a lot of radio interviews in Arkansas this week as well, and there's so much anxiety there about this game. They can't understand the line. They don't think their team has a chance to win. LSU fans are looking at this thinking LSU should be maybe an 8-9 point favorite in this game, yet it's 3. It's the traditional letdown bounce back spot for LSU and for Arkansas, 11 a.m. in the cold. Phil, I'm going to ask you first to explain the line. We have seen some movement as well. I think it's up to 3.5 in a lot of spots as well. So what do you make of it? LSU, Arkansas, and Fayetteville.
This has always been a rivalry, Matt, and I want to see if you agree with me. I've always thought Arkansas took this rivalry more seriously than LSU. What about you?
Without question, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it has been a perpetual talking point here. This game means so much more to Arkansas and always has.
Yes, and that's what I've got in, and that's why they've done so well against the spread in the series. I think when you look at them, when they're the underdog, it matters more to them. And I think this game mattered more to them last week when they lined up on the field against Liberty. They were looking ahead to LSU coming off the Auburn game. It was your typical sandwich situation, a big win over Auburn, LSU on deck. Now you're only taking on Liberty, sandwich situation, and yet they still had a 428 to 315-yard edge, needing the late comeback, of course, to come up just short. LSU, massive flat spot, going on the road. Now the talk is, can you make the playoff? I believe they have if they win out, they will be in the playoff. Let's face it, SEC champ's going to be in the playoff. So I think there's a lot of things saying the situation greatly favors Arkansas. But, like I told you last week with the Alabama one, LSU has really impressed me these last 3 weeks. I think they're a team that had a lot of transfers come in, and it took a while for those transfers to acclimate, get together, and now that they have, they've been dynamic, both offensively and defensively. They've always had that good defensive line. So I think LSU's the better team, capable of passing the test on the road. I don't know if I'd wager too much on this one in the fact that it is a tremendous spot for Arkansas this week, but LSU's clearly the better team, should come out of there with the win.
Same. Total stay-away spot for me. I just want to see Phil, it's amazing. We may go to bed on Saturday night with LSU having won the SEC West.
Yes.
It's just an incredible it's been an incredible month. How this has happened in these last 4 weeks.
And who would have thought that 4 weeks ago?
No, I mean, when leaving the Tennessee game, the question was, could this team maybe get to 500 in conference play? Anyway, it's stunning and equally exciting. So see what happens at 11 a.m. Up in Fayetteville. Phil Steele joins us every single Friday here on AFR. We always tell you about Phil Steele Plus, where you get previews and breakdowns of every single game. Phil, tell them about Phil Steele Plus.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You got a tour up there right now, the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections. You get 6 selections, 5 quick hitters, so basically 11 free plays. It's all absolutely free. Just go to philsteele.com, hit the daily blog, and go to it, or go to my YouTube channel and pick it up. And not only do you get plays, I mean, a lot of guys are out there saying, take this team, take that team. I give you complete reasoning behind it. Show you graphs, show you pictures, red's bad, green's good, all that stuff on the Phil Steele Plus Tour. So make sure you check it out tonight.
Nobody does it better. He's Phil Steele. Follow him on Twitter as well, at PhilSteele042. Phil, you're the best. We'll do it again next week. Thank you.
Sounds great, man. Have a good one.
All right, Phil Steele. We'll knock out a break. We'll preview the weekend in the SEC as we go around the SEC. Theriot in 15 minutes. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR. It's a raving fan shout-out. Presented by Darren James & Associates, brokered by eXp Realty.
It's here. The #1 home selling month in the Baton Rouge area for the last 6 years, November. Why November? It's easy. Sell your home now. Be into the new home for the holidays. Be into that new home for the new year. Call Darren James. Get your home sold. Love this 5-star review. Darren James is totally professional and attentive to the needs and wishes of his clients. His marketing strategies are exceptional. His experience in our local market allows him to provide his clients valuable guidance. Darren and his team are available for questions and consultation throughout the sales process. The sale of our home illustrates the total success of his approach. He has earned our strongest recommendation. Another 5-star review of Darren James. If you need to sell your home, call the best. Call Darren James. 335-7666 or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys.
after further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Got by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana today. A record turnout for Christmas in November yesterday. Big thank you to everybody who did go. The one-day-only best specials of the year was last night. It's always a great event. So thanks to all of our listeners who continue to support all of our sponsors, including the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. If you missed Christmas in November yesterday, the Lafayette office has their Christmas in November coming up this coming Thursday. So you can learn more online, theantiagingclinics.com, theantiagingclinics.com. Okay, let's go around the SEC and look at our game capsules.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Vanderbilt Commodores, the Kentucky Wildcats.
Are you aware of Vanderbilt's losing streaks? They're at 26 consecutive SEC losses.
Knew that one, yeah. There's another
Their
one?
previous school record was 23 straight. They also have a 22-game SEC losing streak from 95 to 98. Stunning. I mean, I guess every league needs their doormat. Disappointing year for Kentucky. You have a team at 6-3 against a team that's 3-6. Kentucky off a 10-win season a year ago. They're at home. I think we all like Kentucky in this one.
The Missouri Tigers, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Let down for Tennessee?
No.
Okay. First time they've had to face a potential letdown spot. It's a good thing this is at home because Missouri's defense has actually been pretty okay. Pretty okay. Is that a good way to say?
Blake Baker, man.
They're 13th in the country in total defense, so they've been pretty good. Missouri, meanwhile, is at 4-5. They got to win 2 of their final 3 to get to bowl eligibility. They got New Mexico State next week, so they either have to beat Tennessee or Arkansas to get to bowl eligibility. I mean, that game on Black Friday is likely going to be a who goes bowling game.
It's always competitive, too.
Yeah.
The Alabama Crimson Tide, the Ole Miss Rebels.
You got to love Ole Miss's offense in this. They're third in the country in rushing offense, especially after LSU just ran for 185. You buy Nick Saban after a loss?
Phil spooked me a little bit on it, I'm not going to lie. I don't know. They've been so rough on the road, Alabama has, man. And, yeah, they've won most of them, but they haven't covered. I think Ole Miss keeps it close.
You're going to give me Lane Kiffin, that offense, and 12 points? I'm taking
at home? Ole Miss has been great at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium as of late,
That's a great point. Ole Miss, when was last time? What's their last loss?
I think they've won 14 straight.
It was in the COVID year.
Yeah, I think they've won 14 straight at home.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss at home, Bama struggled on the road. I mean, maybe it's a sucker bet, but I like Ole Miss and the points in that game.
The South Carolina Gamecocks,
Wait,
the
quick.
Florida Gators.
Would you like Bama to win?
Bama to win, yeah.
And I know Hunt and Hill have asked this question. Like, who are you cheering for in that game? Alabama. Like, that's not, like, if LSU loses and Ole Miss wins, Ole Miss is in the driver's seat.
Right.
Then you need help.
Yeah.
So you need Mississippi State to pull off an upset in the Egg Bowl. No. I absolutely want, well, now look, it may not matter if LSU beats
wins, right.
if LSU wins, but still, I want to go to bed tomorrow night with LSU having won the West.
Absolutely.
I want this over. South Carolina, Florida. This was more interesting when Muschamp was at South Carolina going against a team where you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that always just added a little more intrigue. Anything intriguing in this ball game?
No, I really don't care.
Florida needs one more win to get to bowl eligibility. Yeah. This game is in the Swamp. It's a 3:00 Central kickoff. Shane Beamer's team has just been sneaky in finding ways to win games, and that's old Beamer ball thing. If Florida messes around, they could get popped in this one, but I do like the Gators.
The Georgia Bulldogs, the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Let down for Georgia?
No, not at all. No.
That defense, man. What they did to Hendon Hooker, like, and those receivers, Will Rogers and those receivers?
Nah, Georgia rolls.
You lay in the 16?
I would, yeah. I'm not actually doing it, but that would be the bet that I would make, yes.
Well, you're not doing it.
No, because I'm not in the business of really ever laying 16 points, but I think Georgia covers the spread, yes.
Georgia gets bored, man.
Yeah.
They get bored. When they have to lock in, they're going to be awesome, but they get bored. That's That's a sneak. That's why this is a stay away spot for me. That's a lot of points on the road in a letdown spot for a team that gets bored and did so at Missouri and anyway, Georgia and Mississippi State 6 o'clock.
Texas A&M!
The Auburn Tigers.
Do you have it, Paulie? There's a guy who requested we put in the backdrop, instead of the Texas A&M logo, a picture of the yell leader doing the
Texas A&M!
The lead back behind.
We got to make that happen.
Well, I said it to Paulie, so he's going to make it happen. I agree. A&M's the better team. Auburn, I think, is playing harder. It's going to be This is a game. Think of if LSU had a 3-6 season, they were playing a team with a losing record in Tiger Stadium. How many people would be there? Nobody. Friends and family. This is sold out. Auburn's going to get this win. They're going to clinch a losing season for the Aggies.
I agree. I like Auburn.
All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOPnet.com. GCOPnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Official office equipment provider, the LSU Tigers. Theriot in studio. Next.
AFR.
Hey, we are inching closer to the end of the year. We're inching closer to the holidays, the Christmas season. If you're thinking about what could be a perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person on your list, or maybe give yourself a gift. I tell you all the time, give yourself the gift of sight in a very literal way. The Williamson Eye Center does that every day. Go for that free consultation. Call them, 924-2020, 924-2020. If you have HSA or FSA dollars, remember those expire at the end of the year, and you can use them for LASIK. Schedule that consultation. Remember, time matters here because you've got to get on the books for the consultation, and then after the consultation, you have to get on Dr. Blake's surgery schedule, and clock is ticking toward the end of the year. So really, really be thoughtful. Schedule that consultation. If you've ever thought about LASIK, just jump. Take that jump. Go for the consultation and learn more about it. I promise you it'll be the best decision you ever make. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I'm Chris Nakamoto. Here's what I'm working on for my stories on WBRZ Channel 2 tonight. The WBRZ investigative unit went searching for a local police chief after our sources say he's not showing up for work. He's the target of a grand jury hearing that will be held in a matter of days, tied to a malfeasance case where the chief is accused of asking for sex in exchange for dropped charges. I'm Chris Nakamoto from WBRZ. Watch more tonight on WBRZ Channel 2.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jayden Daniels. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jdacody.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Will Bills quarterback Josh Allen be on the field against the Vikings Sunday? That remains to be seen. Officially listed as questionable, Coach Sean McDermott said today a decision on whether Allen plays is an hour-to-hour situation. If Allen does not play, Case Keenum starts, and that would change things dramatically for Buffalo, notes Canty and Carlin co-host Chris Canty.
This guy accounts for 84% of their yards, Carlin.
Wow.
84. If this Bills team can't use the formula that they've used to have success, which means your quarterback being able to lead one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, then not only is it going to hurt in terms of your offensive output and your point total, but it's going to hurt your defense in terms of what the game plan looks like.
Chris Canty on Greeny. NBA, ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reporting Nets guard Kyrie Irving may not be in position to return from his suspension in the next 2 games. The Nets suspended Irving a minimum of 5 games after failing to initially apologize for tweeting a link to a film containing anti-Semitic material. The Players Union says there is optimism, though, for a resolution on all matters very soon.
Coming up on Monday, who is going to be the biggest threat to Georgia winning it all? That is the national championship in football this season. We'll tell you all that and more on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right. It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold.
Okay,
you
I'm
need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
You're a loser, Matt!
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Yeah, bruh.
Yo, bruh.
How are you, man?
Doing well.
Do you want to tell everybody what you did last Saturday instead of going to the LSU-Alabama epic football game in Tiger Stadium? Thanks for the parking pass, by the way. Erica appreciated it.
I really don't want to talk about it, actually. I mean, I don't know who schedules this crap.
Man, oh, man.
So how long was that game on the schedule?
Wow.
Is what I want to know. A year?
Yeah.
Maybe more? I mean, we know
well,
it's going to be.
We always know the first Saturday in November is LSU-Bama.
So is it fair to say for 30 years that we've known that that's when that game was going to be?
My goodness gracious.
Is that a fair assumption?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know if it's 30, but I mean, it's
at
least 22, 25.
So there's a couple reasons why you buy tickets to go watch LSU in person.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you just like to tailgate and party, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. And then this year, there's 2 games that you wanted to go to.
Mm. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Bama.
Tennessee.
Oh, okay, Tennessee. We didn't know if Tennessee was going to be good before the year, though. But
I was
get
excited
it.
about Tennessee just because you don't see them a lot
Right.
in Tennessee.
They haven't been here in a while. That's fair.
Tennessee and Bama.
Yeah.
That's the two games.
That is the 2. Those are the 2.
Those are the 2.
Those are the 2. And so what happened?
Somebody decided to schedule homecoming on the Alabama game day. And the dance started at 8.
Really?
Right?
8:00
Like, what are we
start
doing?
for the homecoming dance?
Okay. Dance starts at 8. So what do you got to do before the dance?
Pictures, dinner.
Pictures and dinner.
Yeah.
Well, of course. You got to take pre-pictures at 4:30.
Oh, pre-pictures.
Pre-pictures.
And then go to campus to take pictures.
Before the pictures.
And then go to dinner.
Where you take more pictures.
And then go to dance. Yeah. And then whatever's after the dance, party or whatever.
Now, if this was just Houston, Coach, let me tell you something. I'm flipping him the keys.
Yeah.
Patting him on the ass.
Yeah. Hey.
Have a good time.
Make
buddy.
good decisions.
Make,
Have a good
make
night.
good choices.
Have a good night.
You represent me and your family and your maker.
Absolutely.
So don't embarrass me.
That was a little skip.
That's a little skip piece.
There was.
But it wasn't just Houston, Matt. It was little Georgie.
Yeah, Georgie.
Shout out on the homecoming court.
Can we show the video?
That's fine.
Jonna posted it. I don't want to. Wouldn't show it if
she's interning with Will Stout, by the way.
Her videos have been fire of late.
I told her that last night.
If you go to Jonna Theriot on Instagram, she posted like 3 or 4 chronicling the whole homecoming experience. Now, I'll tell you this.
Yeah, she hasn't washed any clothes or anything in the last 2 weeks. She's been editing video.
Well, look, there's Macy.
There's Mace. Look at her.
And she's really excited.
Always.
That's not Houston in the truck, huh?
Oh, no.
There you are with Georgia.
There's Mary.
There's Mary Theriot. And there, Georgia's going to be super thrilled about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at Georgie. That's so great on the homecoming court. So I want her to post the video, though, of you walking Georgia. She posted on Instagram, but I can't access that. I only have access here for this thing.
For the court.
Yeah, because it got when I was watching that and you were walking Georgia, I got a little dusty. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you really?
Got a little dusty.
Wow.
Got a little dusty.
Yeah.
I was watching it last night.
It was a moment. It was a thing. It was a thing. My
little Georgie,
yes,
man. She's in the homecoming court in high school.
She's growing up.
Oh my God.
I know. It was it was one of those deals. I mean, every time I open my phone up, I look at that picture, right? I know nobody else can see it, but I mean, it's when they're babies. But so anyway,
Well,
I missed the game.
I mean, even whenever we would do remotes, when they were dude, you've been doing radio with me for so long now. Like they'd come, they were babies. And they put on the headsets and everything, and it's like they're all Houston's like a grown ass man now.
Yeah.
I mean, and Macy and Georgia are crushing it. They're beautiful young ladies. It's just I got a little dusty. Like you're in a suit at a football game, walking your daughter into the homecoming court thing. I'm like, oh my God,
what are we doing?
I don't know.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Trying to convince John to have another one.
Another baby?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Why
You're
not?
so stupid.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
So yeah, that
All right,
was
let's get back to the stupid stuff. That's what people come here. Okay, all right. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead, Buse. Go ahead.
I got some stupid stuff.
Let's go. Let's
I
go.
got some
All right, what we got?
Yeah, so we just looked at the social media. So I've been kind of scrolling because social media has been hot, bro. We had the homecoming deal, then Bama game, and so it's been entertaining, right?
Yeah.
So I've been on it a little bit, and I noticed something, and I'd like to talk about it a little bit. I hope this helps some of you. One of my observations.
It's about Elon Musk buying Twitter. Oh, okay.
Okay. The posts on social media thanking people for the happy birthday well wishes need to stop.
Have you done this?
Not like this. Okay. I mean, if you're that starved for attention, then why don't you just wear a sticker saying it's your birthday around town? Or how about you pin a couple bucks on the breast of your shirt like they used to do in middle school? And people say, why do you have money on your shirt? And you say, oh, it's my birthday. In other words, would you give me some money for my birthday?
People did that? What?
Oh, Sherwood Middle, coach.
Wait, did you do that at your middle school?
Yeah, boy.
I did not know.
Paulie, have you ever heard of that?
I didn't do it, but yeah, people do it all the time.
Was this just a... Wait, did you go to public school?
Yeah.
Was this just a public school thing?
I
don't mean to make it public.
It has to be.
That
though,
has to
'cause-
be.
Bro, I had
Where
2
did you
or
go
3.
to school? Did you go to Central Middle?
Central.
So you went to Central.
You've seen it, right, Paulie?
All the time.
Coach, I had 2 or 3 cats. I had 2 or 3 cats that had
No
birthdays.
way!
Yeah, they have birthdays every 2 or 3 months. Yeah.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah. 2 or 3 months they'd have a birthday. They'd show up with a 5 pinned on their left breast. Absolutely, that happened.
This is how I got to. This is how I have to pay for the movie tonight. It's my birthday.
It's a thing, bro.
Give me money. Wow, no kidding, huh?
Yeah, man. And so listen, so I've seen more and more of these birthday and anniversary posts recently, right? You know, the thank you to everyone that wished me a happy birthday is basically saying it's my birthday. So everyone who didn't know, now you know, and you can wish me a happy birthday. That's what's happening. Okay. You're freaking 45 years old, okay? Birthdays don't really matter anymore. And that's the truth. I had to think for a few seconds the other day. This is true. How old I was.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, is it 42? Is it 41? Is it what am I? Like, what am I getting
You're about
ready
to be 43.
I'm about to be 43.
On December the 7th.
Right, but I had
because
to,
birthdays matter.
God, bro.
But no, go ahead.
Just because you turned 50 this year doesn't mean it's any different than being 49 or 51. No, it doesn't. Grow up. And stop telling everybody how old you are. Who cares? Wishing your spouse a happy birthday on social media
I'm with you.
is the most impersonable thing you can do. I want to wish my beautiful wife a happy birthday.
Please join me in wishing. Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh my God.
Take
You're
her
gonna
to-
piss off everybody.
Take her
today.
to dinner. Take him to, do something nice for him. The whole world doesn't have to wish him a happy birthday. That's between you and your spouse. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I kind of get it if it's your kid, right? You're proud of his or her accomplishments and, you think they're cute because anything under the age of 22, there's still milestones involved.
Yeah.
Right? Little Johnny turned 18, Sarah's 21, we're going to the casino, blah, that's milestone stuff.
Yeah.
15 to finally.
I share a lot of Drew stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it.
People are interested in
He's a
Drew, I think.
kid. Yeah, but he's a kid. Okay.
Erica gets mad at me. Well, I'm not gonna say she gets mad. I feel a lot of pressure to make a birthday post, although I don't ever want to. I don't ever.
He's a kid.
No, it's about
so it's
for
good.
her birthday, like for her.
And
I feel a lot
I make
of
fun
pressure.
of him.
I feel a lot. of pressure.
I need to
anniversary, all that sort of stuff.
I need to talk about the anniversaries for a minute, if I can.
I do a Mother's Day post usually.
Well, no joke, she's a mother.
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. I agree with you. But I feel a lot of pressure because well, you didn't wish me happy birthday. Like, well, yeah, I did. I told you. You didn't post anything about it.
No, it's nobody else's business. All right, let's talk about this anniversary thing for a minute, like the spouse stuff, because I've seen that a little bit recently too. Okay, it never fails. Y'all post the pics of when you guys were young and kind of hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you post the old crusty pics, right? Only to show how you've let yourself go. Newsflash, people. The before and after pics should be depressing, but y'all post them as if it's some sort of accomplishment that you've gained 40 pounds, have bad skin, and lost all your hair.
Hey, shut up.
I mean, there's no way.
That's a total shot. Shut up.
There's no way I would do a side-by-side, okay, of myself.
No control over my baldness.
There's no way I'd do a side-by-side, Matt, when I was 21 and now. Actually, there is, because I was hot when I was 21, and I'm still kind of hot now, as you guys can see on the deal. So, I mean, I'm an exception, but most of y'all have significantly gotten worse looking.
How old is the traction picture there? And that face of you throwing the football or the baseball there is
serious business.
That's not a great picture.
Yeah. Well, that's all I could find.
Great picture.
That's all I could find.
Look at number one there. Wearing the P and the G. When was the traction picture taken?
That's probably 2017, 2018.
No, that's got to be right. That's got to be 2012. When you had the little thing right here, when you had the little hair right under your lip.
We didn't do those headshots until we got to the new facility.
When was the hair under your? You went to the new facility in 2015.
2016. I'm thinking about coming back with it.
That little thing? No.
The thingy?
No.
My hair's
what you got going right now is good.
It's getting white on my face right now, but anyway.
Well, shave it.
Anyway, you guys keep doing what you guys do.
Still kinda.
Okay. And look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue to make fun of all these posts every time I see them. Okay. Because believe me, this is the truth. There's multiple screenshots of y'all's posts going around in threads around town going, can you believe that he really just posted this? Oh my gosh, she really just did this. Like, that's happening. So before you guys hit send, just know that is happening.
Okay.
Sincerely, Ryan.
It's After Further Review, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. T-Bob and I will be there tomorrow. Whiskey and wine as soon as LSU and Arkansas goes final. If you can join us, come join us live. If not, you can watch. Remember, also tomorrow night, Louisiana Bourbon Festival is tomorrow night at the Renaissance, 7 to 10 p.m. 35 distilleries will be there. I bring that up because Don Juan will be there as well. So if you want whiskey and cigar at Louisiana Bourbon Fest, tickets still available. You can sample as many whiskeys you want from 35 distilleries tomorrow night.
For free?
Well, for the cost of admission.
Yeah, you should get in.
You buy a ticket. You buy a ticket at, I think it's LouisianaBourbonFest.com, I believe is the website. Louisiana Bourbon Festival. It is, yes, LouisianaBourbonFest.com. Tickets are available. It's at the Renaissance. 7 to 10 is the tasting. And again, Don Juan will be there as well. So it's really cool. You can enjoy a cigar like on the, I think they have like a rooftop.
Yeah, they do.
Go smoke a cigar up on the rooftop at the Renaissance. It's pretty cool, man. Hopefully celebrating the Tiger win and clinching the SEC West. What a night that'll be. All right, it's After Further Review. We'll do Kick Rocks next. Stay here.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Hey, is it still deer hunting plot season time? Like all that stuff? Because at Clegg's, they've got the rice brand. The
that's a thing.
Buster deer. They got all
the
that
rice
stuff
brand?
still.
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Corn.
But when it's gone, Miss Teresa told me, she's like, when it's gone, it's gone. So, but we have some, so go get it. So if you're a deer hunter and you're looking for that stuff, support a great local company. Support Clegg's. Go get it there.
You should.
You should. Also, you know what time it is. Time of year. It is time to plant trees and shrubs.
Grass too right now.
Yes, that's actually true. But they don't have grass.
Oh.
They don't have sod. But if you want a fruit tree that you like to plant in your yard, or shrubs, like big privacy shrubs, so you don't have to ever look at your neighbors.
Bamboo.
Okay. Clegg's Nursery. I don't know if they have bamboo.
Well, that's a good privacy choice,
I
though,
don't
bamboo.
know
Because it grows fast, gets big.
This is a Clegg's Nursery. Buy local.
They probably do.
Shop local. Tell them that sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
At Corville Toyota in Opelousas, we're happy to say we have vehicles in stock and more coming in at no markup. Don't pay over MSRP. Come on down to Corville Toyota and pick out your new Toyota today. That's Corville Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7, The Tiger.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou
do you know what that mean, man? I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, glad you're rolling along with us here. We were talking in the break about the weather tomorrow for LSU and Arkansas. And just what is your opinion on if the weather makes an impact?
I mean, I think it does, but like you were saying, it's two totally different sports. I mean, in baseball, you're standing around pretty much the whole time, so yeah, I mean, you get pretty dang cold. But I know, like, just for me personally, I hated playing anything in the cold.
Yeah. In football, as soon as you start moving, you just forget about it. It sucks for the guys on the sideline, but it's not going to matter for the guys that are playing. The thing that I would be concerned about is wind. Mm-hmm. If you watched last Friday night, the Washington-Oregon State game, the wind completely affected that. It was like howling. I mean, one of those things where they were choosing not to kick short field goals and PATs.
Well, the Ohio State game, too.
Yes, against Northwestern.
Against Northwestern.
Yeah, on Saturday, yes. Yep. So things like that can affect the offense, your ability to throw the football, decision-making on kicks, field position, punts, all this stuff. But if it's not windy, if it's just cold, like when you're on the field, you get over that very quickly. The only time cold would matter is if it's freezing. Like when I told this story on Scone and Tea. On Wednesday night. Again, I didn't play college football. It's not about that. But my freshman year of college.
Well, you could have, but you hurt your knee
Well, no, I had small school offers. I just didn't want to play small school football. It doesn't matter. But when my freshman year of college, when I was at Holy Cross, our finals the first semester got canceled. There was a blizzard. Everything shut down. They canceled finals. It was a blizzard. I mean, it was, think about hurricane here. It's similar there. Like, the roads aren't passable. Nothing is doable. Yep. Like, they just cancel finals. So I was living in the dorm, and there was a big field. We went and played football, like, in snow, when temperature was like 5 degrees and wind chill was like -18, right? That sucks. There was no way to warm up from that. There just isn't a way. No matter how many, and I had like 5 layers and gloves, but it's like any exposed skin is just, we're talking about like 38 degrees. I mean, it's not, it'll suck for the guy standing there on the sideline. Yeah. It's not going to be a big deal unless if it's windy. That's the only thing I think that would matter. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online, southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Great weekend to go take a test drive. I mean, tomorrow the Tigers play early. Game will be done early. Get on by South Point Volkswagen. Go test drive your new car. 9 different IIHS top safety picks, all different makes and models. You can sit behind the wheel with the comfort and security knowing you're driving one of the safest vehicles on the road that also looks good, drives good, is stylish, is fuel efficient, and affordable. South Point Volkswagen, and manufactured in the USA at their Chattanooga, Tennessee plants, so supporting American jobs. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? If you like playing in cold weather, you can kick rocks. Is that good?
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Kick rocks.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Tara Vanderveer.
Oh, coach at Stanford.
Stanford, legendary coach. I mean, you've been there forever.
Yeah.
Angry lady.
Is she?
Yeah, if you look at her, you can tell she's one of those like chip on her shoulder, angry, just salty.
Stanford, right?
Salty coaches.
I think she goes by Tara. Is that right? Is it Tara? I think it's Tara Vanderveer.
Well, it's spelled Tara.
No, I know. I think she goes by. Anyway,
there
doesn't
you, I mean,
doesn't
that
matter.
so there you go. She changed. She's so angry, she changed her name to Tara.
Ron.
She's
Balake.
That's really funny. I like that.
I saw that today. I saw that
You
skit
loved it?
today. It was Key and Peele, right?
It's really
I saw
good.
it today on TikTok. I sat there and watched the whole thing.
It's really good.
D Nice.
What was it, Jaqueline?
Jaqueline.
Oh,
But
that's
and
good.
LSU has a defensive lineman named Jaqueline Roy. Jacqueline. I mean,
Tara.
unless you ask Ed Ogeron, because then it's Jacqueline Roy. He
Jacqueline.
called him Jacqueline his whole career. It's like, guy's name is Jaqueline. What
Come
are
on,
we
man.
doing?
It's Jaqueline. Tara.
Balake.
So Tara Vanderveer.
Yes, I think so. I'm almost positive.
Angry. She says, so she doesn't like Livy Dunn. She doesn't like NIL. She doesn't like the fact that Livy Dunn has made a ton of money on NIL, and she said it. She called her out, Livy Dunn.
Okay.
She said, I guess sometimes we have this swinging pendulum where we maybe take 2 steps forward and then we take a step back. She said, we're fighting for all the opportunities to compete, to play, to have resources, to have facilities, to have coaches, and all the things that go with Olympic caliber athletes. This is a step back, she added, when talking about Livy Dunn and her NIL deals and the fact that she's making money.
Why?
She doesn't like the way she dresses on her posts.
Oh, you mean like a good-looking
That's
21-year-old chick?
Correct.
Like every other good-looking 21-year-old chick on Instagram
Apparently,
and
she's
TikTok?
never been on Instagram or
Jesus
TikTok.
Christ. Are you serious?
That's a fact.
What girl? Who would ever go play for this woman?
Nobody should ever go play for this
Oh
woman.
my
She needs to
God.
quit.
Kick rock.
Livy had a response. Good for her, as she should. 7 figures, she said. That's something I'm proud of.
Good for her.
Especially since
Oh, yeah.
I'm a woman in college sports.
Good for her.
There are no professional leagues for most women's sports after college. Take that, Tara.
Bingo.
Clown.
That's incredible. I would say the comment of the coaches is more of a detriment. You have a young woman who has found a way to be successful,
Killing it, making cake.
Not only just making cake, but think about all of the attention she has brought to collegiate gymnastics. I mean, how many people know about LSU? Do you understand how much like advertising equity is built into Olivia Dunn?
She doesn't.
Making posts with LSU Leos and gym and facilities. Are you kidding me?
Leos.
I have nieces who
You
do.
got it.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I like that.
Yeah, they schooled me a long time ago.
That's good.
Though my nieces schooled me a long time ago on the gym.
She a good Leo. Like a good Leo. So yeah, she can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
So the Astros just won the World Series. Yeah. My boy Breggy talked to him this
Boy.
morning.
Atta boy.
Dusty got him one. I'm fired up.
Are you really? You fired up for Dusty?
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for Dusty. But they fired their general manager 6 days after he constructed a World Series winning team. James Click got canned. James Click had some choice words to say about Jim Crane, the owner, going back 2 or 3 months. Didn't agree with some of the moves he made. Went public, went to the media to voice his concerns, and then got his butt canned when the season ended because guess what? Jim Crane's the boss. So, I'm going to tell James Click to kick rocks, to know his role, to shut his mouth, because Jim Crane's the boss. And now you don't have a job.
Yeah, moron. Way to go. There's the unemployment line, fella.
Saw this one last night. This is real good. I love this. You know I love LaToya the Destroyer. You got it? You got the story?
Yeah.
LaToya doing her best Whitney Houston impression of the bodyguard down in New Orleans. You seen that? You read this? You got it? It just keeps getting better down there. Unbelievable how this lady has tried to destroy the city.
The bodyguard!
So now, if you don't know the story, it's great.
Oh, my God.
So the local Fox station down there.
Oh, man.
The local Fox station had surveillance on her from a camera across from a taxpayer-paid apartment, which LaToya visited. They had 45 days. She visited it 27 days, those 45, with her bodyguard. every time. And many times he would go in wearing something and come out wearing something else, right? Different clothes for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. Shout out to Fox, too. They pulled the public records of her email and her phone calls. Of course, she didn't call anybody or email anybody while she was in there.
Hey, man.
With her bodyguard. The taxpayer. Oh,
is she married?
I think so.
Can you look up and see if she's... I don't know if she's married.
He is. He is.
Okay, well, so he's going to have to answer to his wife, but...
What about
two people?
What about the taxpayer?
She is married.
Yeah, what about the taxpayer-funded apartment in the French Quarter, by the way?
What you do in your apartment? What you do in your apartment?
In the middle of the day when she's supposed to be working, and so is he. So they pulled it. He works 8 to 8. They pulled his time sheets.
They don't get a lunch break?
What do you think she's doing? No, it's not a lunch break. You don't get a 5-hour lunch break, okay? And change clothes twice. That doesn't happen at lunch.
Hey, bro, you take a 5-hour lunch break every day.
Shout out to
Don't even lie about
shout
that.
out to
I know
LaToya.
Your lunch breaks are like...
I'm working on my lunch break. I guess LaToya was too. You know what I'm saying? She up there getting it in.
Why you worry about two grown people with they... Why are you worried about what two
I'm
grown
just glad
people
that's
are
not
doing
my
in their own
That's
free
not
time?
my man.
Hey, look, they both married. They're going to have to answer to their spouses. All right. I mean, that's them.
I don't think we should pay the bodyguard, which is making all this money, you know, a couple $100,000, I think they said. I don't think he should get paid up there,
okay,
you know, doing his thing.
Bam.
Doing their thing in there.
They just getting...
You know, a little what? What they doing? What are they doing?
Doing what adults do.
Oh, yeah?
Why are you mad at her for getting a little bit?
Have you been to New Orleans recently? That's why I'm mad at her.
Listen, what's wrong with New Orleans isn't wrong with New Orleans because the mayor is having a relationship with her bodyguard.
In the middle of the day. Like,
That
she
ain't-
needs to be doing mayor stuff.
How
And you
about-
know what? He needs to be
I
doing...
got a better idea.
He needs to be doing police stuff.
I got a better idea. How about all the people of New Orleans that re-elected her? That's what's wrong with New Orleans. If you don't like the place, that's what, if you don't like what's going on, do something about it.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, that's what it is. It ain't mean about politics. I don't care. Whatever. You done?
Have you seen the story though?
I didn't even know about it till you told me earlier today.
Oh, bro, it's great.
I did not know about it till you told me earlier today, and I saw a video on Twitter about it.
Oh, it's so good, bro. It's great.
I saw she was asked about it, and she kind of just downplayed the whole thing. I mean, grown people gotta. I mean,
no, bro.
Grown people.
She's the mayor. She needs to be doing mayor stuff.
Maybe she was the boss. Who knows?
Think she had that boy in handcuffs?
I don't know. I'm not. I ain't passing judgment on nobody and what you do in your home. All right. If it's something
that's not her home. That's the taxpayer's home.
That's where she lives.
That's the taxpayer's
Doesn't matter. It's where she lives.
She don't live there?
She could. Could she live there?
I guess she could.
Could she live there?
I mean,
okay.
She lives there part-time.
Comes with the office. All right. The White House. The White House. It ain't their home. It's where they live. All right. Where the president lives.
That's not her house.
What you do behind closed doors?
That's not her house.
What you do behind closed doors is your business.
That's taxpayer's house.
As long as it ain't illegal, then I don't care what you're doing. If it's immoral, you answer the guy whenever that day comes. Mad at that woman for getting her a little bit. It's AFR.
AFR.
Speaking of illegal, if you need a lawyer, get Gordon and get it done. That could not have
I need to call Gordon. I need to call Gordon about this. He ought to know.
You ain't calling Gordon about
I'm calling Gordon about
If you've been hurt in an accident, get Gordon, get it done. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Hey, I want to remind you, of course, today is a Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all those that served. Gordon just does so much for our communities. Gordon partnered with Lit Pizza around the state. So every single Lit Pizza around the state of Louisiana today, the first 20 veterans that went to a Lit Pizza today got their pizza for free courtesy of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've seen what the Gord father of NIL has done. Recently signed Jayden Daniels to a deal, Josh Williams to a deal as well. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon and get it done. We tell you that all the time. There's so many great ways that they support our communities. And if you have been hurt in an accident, you can trust Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. 888-8888, 888-8888, or getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at gocatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Light beer shouldn't taste like.
Baby boy the Prince, big time old cash my roll, extreme entertainment. This is the way I live. Little boy still pushing big wheels. I stack my money, lay low.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Did I nail it?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. You get to ask Ryan in about 10 minutes. You can get your questions in. Email us. Tweet us at Matt Moscona. Jump in the Bayou YouTube chat. Text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Did you watch the LSU basketball game the other night?
Mm-mm.
You going to watch it tomorrow against Arkansas State?
Probably not. What time is it?
5 o'clock.
So the football game?
11 o'clock.
During the day? Well, then I'll watch it.
Why did you tell me earlier today then you wanted to talk about basketball?
Because
I put it on the rundown because you said you wanted to talk about basketball.
Well, I like
you
basketball.
didn't watch the game on Wednesday.
Well, I got the highlights. I listened to you guys talk about it. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like I kind of know what's going on.
What would you like to say?
I'd like to say that Adam Miller's a dude. Okay? I'd like to say that Mwani Wilkinson might be 35, but he's still a heck of a basketball player. Okay?
He loves that corner three, bro.
And that's
they
his...
need to, you know what they need to do? Whenever he's done, they need to go onto the court, right in that corner, and just put like an MW and just inscribe it right in that little corner.
No, that's his spot.
That's his spot forever.
That's his spot.
Mwani.
Yeah.
Wilkinson.
Like to say that.
Okay.
And I want to talk about women's basketball a little bit because the women's team scored like 2,000 points the other day.
125 against Bellarmine.
So that was good. We bought our season tickets, the Theriot family, for both men's and women's.
Okay, good.
So I'm excited about that. You know, we really like going to the basketball games.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see what else. The Pelicans stink. That's a basketball deal. No, they do.
No,
yes,
no.
It was a farce. It's fake.
No.
You're a 9-point favorite and you just give it away? Come on.
Last night was disappointing. They were a 9-point favorite over Portland and lost by 11 without Dame.
Yeah.
But
there's no games you got to win, man.
Look, man, you're 6-6. It's a long season. You went on a West Coast road trip without 2 of your best players, 2 of your starting 5. It's early, man. It's early.
You know when the playoffs start, bro?
Do you know what the Pelicans' record was at this point a year ago, 12 games in?
What?
1-11. They're 6-6.
1-11.
Chill out, bro. Okay? Chill TF out. How about that?
That's strong.
How about that? Tell people about Bowie Outfitters real quick because I'm transitioning because you obviously have nothing to say about basketball.
A big cold front coming in. We got rain. The deer are going to be moving.
They move.
Yeah, the changing
weather.
Where
do they go?
The cold front. They get up and walk around. See, deer will just lay down, bro. They'll just lay down for days at a time.
Really?
Yeah, they'll get up maybe
in one spot. They just sit there.
Yeah, they'll get up maybe just walk a few steps and then go sit back down.
What do they eat?
They're acorns or grass, whatever it is that they're eating.
Deers eat grass.
Huh?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll munch on some stuff. But the cold weather gets them a little fired up. We got a front coming through. So if you're not going to the camp, you might want to consider that. Maybe take a day or 2 off next week, head up to the camp. It's going to be cold. Good chance to get that first buck, first deer.
So the cold weather, they get up and they start moving around. So when they move around, you got a better chance to shoot them.
Yeah, you whack them.
Got it.
So if that's what your plan is, which it should be,
yeah,
you need to get by Bowie Outfitters.
That's not my
all
plan.
The essentials that you need to
not,
go whack a buck.
Not my plan at all.
Yeah, they got it over there. Archery, guns, ammo, camo.
Great.
Yeah, all the cool flashlights. I love flash. If you ever want to buy me something, like birthday or Christmas or something, if you just want to buy me something, just to tell me that you love me, a flashlight is a good choice.
I mean, your birthday's in 3 weeks.
I like flashlights.
My father-in-law has one of those flashlights. It's like you could see it from space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he would when we would go to the beach, it was like when Eric and I were dating still, we'd go to the beach, like family vacation or whatever. And he would see on the balcony and like at night, everybody's hunting their hermit crabs and stuff. And he would and put the light on out there. How many times we had security come up to our room to be like,
you can't do that.
Excuse me, you
Barry,
can't do that.
Stop it, Barry.
He's such a rule breaker, man. It doesn't matter. Like, if he can break a rule, like if there's a sign that says everybody go left, he's going to go right just because the sign says go left.
I love it. No,
That's so good.
And he's got the
if there's a sign that says please do not touch, he's touching. Just to touch.
No, he's good.
And so I can get a flashlight at Bowie.
You can get flashlights at Bowie. And
okay.
You know what else I like?
What?
If you want to buy me something?
You like
candles.
Like scented candles?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've known you a long time. You've never told me you like
I'm a
scented
candle
candles.
guy. I like candles in my room every night.
No.
I do.
That's pitiful.
That's the truth.
That's pitiful.
So if you want to buy me something, like flashlights or candles from Bowie.
Should Jayden Daniels go pro?
Mm-mm.
Why?
No, he needs 1 more year.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question from a perspective where you're not a gigantically biased Homer fan who wants the quarterback to come back.
Okay.
Which, by the way, to all of you morons who made fun of me for months and months and months and months when I told you Jayden Daniels was going to be the starter. He's a really good player. Anyway, what?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Like I have half of mine to go and dig up every comment of everyone who pissed on me for months and months and months for saying this ain't gonna be Miles Brennan's job. Jayden Daniels going to job. Anyway,
you sound like Houston. He loves Jayden Daniels and always has loved Jayden Daniels. Maybe he should be a scout one day.
I just saw a lot of Jayden Daniels at Arizona State. Everybody got so consumed with the 10 touchdowns, 10 picks last year, and you didn't realize the team he was on was atrocious. He had to do everything. And at the beginning of this season, the offensive line was atrocious. All he could do was run. Your best offensive play was Jayden Daniels scrambling because your line sucked, and you couldn't do anything. And people are like, oh, you only threw for 85 yards against Auburn. Go back and watch that game. You were a disaster in that ball game, and you ran the ball really well. The end of the first half was Jayden Daniels making plays to get you back in the game. Anyway. Context matters. But, okay, so go ahead.
I don't think he throws the ball well enough yet.
Maybe.
I think he can. I think he's got the arm strength. I think he's proven that. When he's on the run.
That was the same knock on Lamar Jackson.
When he's on the run, he's very inaccurate.
You mean like the 2-point conversion?
That was a rollout plan deal.
On the run.
No, I'm talking about improvising out of the pocket. It didn't work out the way you were supposed to work out. Avoiding a rush. He's inaccurate. That was a rollout to the right, make this throw that I've done 100 times.
Throwing on the run.
Counting your steps because you've done it 1,000 times. You know exactly what's going on. I'm talking about flushed out of the pocket, make something happen. He's missing the guy. I think in the NFL.
I need numbers to back that up.
I think in the NFL.
I'm not going to just accept that. I need numbers to back that up.
Well, I mean, come on, bro. What am I, show prep? I don't do that. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm telling you, you can proceed with your point, but that point that you just made, we will proceed with that that result under protest because I am not accepting that as fact that he has been inaccurate when throwing on the run. I need numbers to back that up.
This is unfair to compare him to Joe Burrow, okay? But when Joe got flushed or had to move up in the pocket.
So you're going to compare him to Joe Burrow?
I said it was unfair. I prefaced it.
And now you're going to compare him to Joe Burrow?
But it's unfair. But I'm going to. When he got flushed, moved up in the pocket, had to move around the pocket, the 3rd and 17 play, he was on the money. This guy's not.
Actually, the 3rd and 17 was like a wobbly ball, and he had an open receiver.
And the guy caught it.
An open
receiver. We're throwing it. He's throwing it over people's heads, though, a few times. I mean, I've seen it happen, okay? Like he's yard sailing it into the sidelines. But, so I think for that, he should come back because that's an important part in the NFL game.
So
he needs to come back
on the plays when you're flushed.
Right.
So that way, whenever it's a scramble drill, you can make it accurate. That's why you have to come back.
He's got to get better at that. He's got to get better at that.
That's a terrible explanation of why he should come back.
I think he's a little bit too light right now. I think he's gonna get banged up a little bit. I think he should come back,
He's carried the ball over 120 times this year already.
It's just different, man.
And
the NFL is different.
Oh, my God.
I saw some Sean Taylor highlights the other day. The NFL's different.
I'm not saying he's got 131 carries. I'm not saying Jayden Daniels should go, but the reasons you're giving for him to return are absurd.
Maybe he's got a girlfriend and he wants to be close to her and be around her more. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they just starting their relationship and, he should stick around just to make sure that thing works out.
It's after further review.
He needs to come back.
We'll grab a quick break and we will come back and do Ask Ryan to wrap up hour number 2. We'll do our Pick'em segment coming up in about 16 minutes from right now. Stick around.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Pluckers. Nicholson and Bluebonnet. Ooh, Pluckers would be good tonight, wouldn't it, for dinner? Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dining, carry out, or delivery. I've been really getting into the DoorDash Pluckers to home or to work or whatever thing. That's really convenient.
You love that?
You just pull up the app, place your order, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. They bring it right to you. It's so easy. Nicholson or Bluebonnet, they are open at 11 a.m. So if you're looking for a place to watch the Tigers tomorrow, get by Pluckers, either location. Eat some wings, drink some beer, watch the Tigers, and every other game. Good slate in the morning. Got Notre Dame and Navy at 11 a.m. also. Maybe you're looking for something to do tonight. Got high school playoffs tonight. If you're going to a game before or after the playoff game, Pluckers is open. Go get some food. And, of course, Sundays, they have NFL Sunday tickets, so you can watch every game. So if you're following your fantasy team, you need to watch every NFL game, they'll have them at both Pluckers locations. Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. It's Pluckers, where if you don't like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I am Juliette, daughter of Marguerite, granddaughter of Gabriel Piera. I come from a line of strong women. Women who knew struggle and success too. Still, I was scared by my breast cancer diagnosis. But I had Blue Cross coverage, which meant I got care from top doctors. I'm strong like my mother, and her mother before her. The right card, the right care.
I'm Chris Nakamoto. Here's what I'm working on for my stories on WBRZ Channel 2 tonight. The WBRZ investigative unit went searching for a local police chief after our sources say he's not showing up for work. He's the target of a grand jury hearing that will be held in a matter of days, tied to a malfeasance case where the chief is accused of asking for sex in exchange for dropped charges. I'm Chris Nakamoto from WBRZ. Watch more tonight on WBRZ Channel 2.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at Revelry Team.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Oh, we're not talking about HUDCO having an opening for an estimator yet? We're not talking about that yet?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Got it. But you let me know when we talk about HUDCO having an opening for an estimator. Then we'll talk about it.
There's a couple openings coming.
AFR.
Brought to you by Michelle Weighing and Measurement. Michelle.com, Michelle.com. 29 offices across 11 different states, 6 in Louisiana alone. How about that? 6 calibration labs all over Louisiana, and they are locally owned and operated. Super proud of my friends over at Michelle. Been a great relationship, and I'm always proud to endorse a great local business. When you stay in business for 75 years, and you continue to expand across 11 states, when you are nationally known as the best at what you do, that's incredible. That's Michelle's legacy, and they'll continue to build on it year after year. They are ISO 17025 accredited. They are your partner for weighing and measurement equipment and services and have been since 1947. If you weigh or measure something, they sell, service, rent, all those equipment makes and models. It's Michelle Weighing and Measurement. Go to the website, hit that services tab. You'll see a list of all they do, and if you're looking for work, they are hiring. You can hit the careers tab at Michelle.com and apply there online. Michelle Weighing and Measurement. Michelle.com, Michelle.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Enter now for a chance to win a catch and cook fishing experience from the Louisiana Charter Boat Association with me, Chef Jay Ducote, winner of Beat Bobby Flay. Register now at gocatch.com. That's GEAUX catch.com.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. It is no longer day by day when it comes to the Bills and quarterback Josh Allen, but literally hour by hour. That's what Coach Sean McDermott told reporters today about Allen, who's officially questionable with a right elbow injury. Buffalo's offense will be dramatically different if Case Keenum starts in place of Allen, notes ESPN's Herm Edwards.
He has wonderful arm talent. We know we can run. And the problem is now those players are no longer a part of your offense. So Ken Dorsey is going to have to do a good job, really, of managing the game. If Case Keenum's the guy that has to play, he's going to have to play his style. He cannot play like Josh Allen.
Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray and safety Budda Baker questionable against the Rams. The 49ers will welcome back 8 players from injury against the Chargers Sunday night, including receiver Deebo Samuel. NBA ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports the NBPA believes there's optimism for a resolution very soon to the Kyrie Irving situation. Nets suspended Irving a minimum of 5 games for failing to initially apologize for tweeting a link to a film containing anti-Semitic material. He may not be in a position, though, to return within the next 2 games.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
So... We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. Football Friday, LSU against Arkansas tomorrow in Northwest Arkansas. Saints at Steelers. We will preview that coming up a bit later as well. Saints are going to lose.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? They're 1 game out of first place.
Saints are going to lose in Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Shot.
I don't ever wager on Saints or LSU. But I am going to wager on the Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow or on Sunday. No, I am. It's the old Mike D adage. I do it blindly. Whenever team loses their starting center, the week they lose their starting center, they fail to cover like 85% of the time. I will be betting the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. I will hope the Saints win. I will ache for the Saints to win because the door is wide open. With Carolina beating Atlanta last night and Tampa plays against Seattle in Germany, by the time the Saints kick off, we could know if the Saints are playing for first place in the division. So, yes, I will desperately want the Saints to win the game in Pittsburgh. I am not picking them to win in Pittsburgh, however. Speaking of picking, we do this every Friday. It's our college football pick'em segment. Muse our music, if you would. It's nice to have Theriot back. He has been quite absent here this season, which is really hurt. Let's look at how how we fared last week.
That's bull, dude.
I had a 7-0 week, and Theriot went 0-7. I will have you know, by the way, I did not pick the games last week because you always accuse me of cheating. Muso picked the games last week. Muso picked the games, and then I picked the winner.
What games did he pick?
I don't remember every game that we played.
Well, did it happen to be some games with just crazy, huge spreads that you were 100% going to win?
I have no idea. I don't remember the games that we chose. Do you remember the games that we picked 2 weeks ago?
That's messed up.
Do you remember every game we ever picked? That's not cheating.
That is cheating.
All I hear over there is someone who's super bitter that I'm 51-18 and you're 33-36.
You pick the games with 20-plus point spreads. Of course you're going to win.
I didn't pick the games. Muso picked the games. Muso doesn't even like me. Why would he help me cheat?
That's true.
Thank you.
Fair point.
Do you have a guest picker?
I'd like to do, no, but I do have a request. I would like to do more than 7 games.
No.
Why not?
Because we've picked 7 games every week to this point. We're not all of a sudden going to start doing more.
I would like to do 14 games.
Next year, We can take that under consideration for next year. We also go very long in this segment every week as it is, and if we did 14 games, we'd eat up like half an hour.
We'll just get straight to it. Like, no, don't tell me why you're picking. So just pick it. And I'd like to do 14 if we could.
This is a talk show. People want the dialogue. They don't just want you to spit out a winner.
I want to just spit out a winner. Can we do 20?
Next
I'd like to do
year,
20 games. How many games?
We will take it under consideration.
How many games we got, Paulie?
7.
How many did I miss? 21? I'd like to pick 21 games.
I think you've missed at least 4 weeks this year. How many weeks did he miss, Paulie?
Doing the math.
I think it's been 4.
I think you missed 4 weeks.
Well, we'll do.
Thanks for missing half the season, friend.
Hey, man. Homecoming. Thank Georgia.
Homecoming wasn't half the season.
Georgia's fault.
There's the, oh, bro, I'm really sick. I don't feel good.
I had a couple things to do.
Oh, man, look, we gotta go.
What was that one?
Are you calling Erica or not? Or are we just?
I'd love to have Erica on. She does a great job. I think she's done
She didn't answer.
Fabulous job this year.
Erica. People do like Erica. You want to call her Cell? Try her Cell.
He doesn't know the number.
How do you not save this? Every number that I ever put on the sheet, you always save these numbers.
I don't think you've ever put Erica's number on the sheet.
But I've given it to you a bajillion times.
Just the house number. I've
Erica,
never put
Erica, call, please. I know you're Drew's watching, so we're gonna have to do this quickly because now we're already 7 minutes into the hour.
We're doing 14 games. We need to hurry up.
Now we are literally just gonna pick.
14. All right, let's go. Come on, I'm ready.
Did it come through? All right, let's see if we can get her. By the way, you can go bet at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app while I stall here to call Erica. DraftKings Sportsbook app. As a matter of fact, we had a play on a couple of games tonight. I heard the Otter give out earlier today on his show. Like the total in the Fresno game tonight. I think you like the over. Let me confirm on that. Good night last night. Otter gave you Memphis laying the 7. That hit. Colucci was 2 of 3 on his hockey picks. And Paul Nolan yesterday gave you the under in the Thursday Night Football game, which hit as well.
I heard the Paul Nolan thing. When did you start that? I like Paul Nolan.
3 weeks ago. He's great.
He's good.
Yeah. So, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Make a money line bet on any NBA game. If you hit, they'll give you a $5 money line bet. You hit, they'll give you $200 in free bets.
Dang!
At DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Yeah, hit that music.
21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. Parlay and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem. Call 1-877-7-0-STOP.
Over 61 in the Fresno UNLV game tonight. And Bruce Marshall also gave the over in the UCLA Long Beach State basketball game tonight. So if you're looking for a play tonight. All right, Erica's here. Hi, Erica.
Hey, Dave.
How are you?
Great. How are y'all? I see I'm in the leaderboard.
Can we see the leaderboard there, Paulie?
I'm number 1.
There you are. 6 and we finally got someone to do better than 5 and 2.
That was me. How
now,
amazing.
Well, I mean, it only took you. How many more chances do you need? What if you go? What if you go 4 and 3 this week, and then you're first and last?
I love that Ryan loves candles. I love he's a candle guy.
I like candles. Candles are good.
Candles are my favorite.
Yep, I'm a big candle guy. And you know who else is a big
you
candle gal?
You go look at all the cabinets in our kitchen. On the side, there's just black soot. Like you could rub your hand and rub all the black soot off from all the candles.
You know who likes candles too? A candle gal? Macy.
Who?
Macy?
Macy's a big candle
gal.
gal. Yep.
Of course she is.
All right, you ready to pick some games?
Sure.
All right, Erica. Purdue at Illinois. Or does Ryan go first? Who goes first?
You didn't ask me what I was doing.
Huh?
You didn't ask me what I was doing.
Well, we're doing a radio show.
I'm baking T-Bob's cookies right now.
Oh, great. Terrific. Everyone at Don Juan will love the cookies tomorrow. What do we have? What's the selection for tomorrow?
I'm doing salted caramel and lemon.
You're not doing snickerdoodles?
Well, it's a version of salted caramel.
No snickerdoodles?
I'm telling. So
clean it up.
For those who are listening to my wife, Erica bakes. For many years, when T-Bob and I did pregame, Erica would always make baked goods for me to bring up here to studio for everybody to enjoy. T-Bob and I started doing whiskey and wine at Don Juan. She's continued that. So I walk into a cigar bar with pans of baked goods. Yes, every week.
Yeah, they love you over there.
They do.
I know.
Okay, Purdue at Illinois. Ryan.
Give me Illinois.
Erica.
Illinois.
Why?
I thought we were supposed to do rapid fire because
We
we're doing
are.
14 games for Ryan.
Yeah, we're doing 14. Come on, go. Quick.
Go, Matt, go.
Illinois. Bama at Ole Miss. Ryan.
Bama.
Erica.
Oh, I'm going with Lane Train.
Are you really?
I can't steer from him. Alabama's done. There has been. They are done.
I love it. All right, I'm taking Bama. Louisville. Thank you. Louisville at Clemson. Ryan.
Give me Louisville.
All right, taking the Ville.
Yeah.
Drew's fired up about it. You heard that there. Erica, Louisville at Clemson.
I'm doing Clemson. I hate the way you say Louisville, like it's a Louisville, but it's not even a word.
It's
so Clemson.
Louisville. That's how they say
No, that's not how you say it.
Louisville.
Louisville, yeah. I'm going Clemson, though, because I don't like the way it says.
I'll take Clemson. Also, Central Florida at Tulane. Ryan.
Tulane.
Erica.
Oh, what color is Central Florida? Are they orange?
No, they're like gold and black.
Oh, where do they live?
In Orlando. They live in Orlando.
Let me go with them.
You're going with UCF.
Yeah.
You know who
UCF.
coaches them?
Who?
Gus Malzahn, the former Auburn coach.
Oh, well, didn't he get into some trouble?
No.
Okay.
He just lost, and so they fired him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going with Central Florida.
I'm going with UCF as well. TCU at Texas. Ryan.
Give me Texas.
Okay.
What's
E-Rock.
Texas's record?
Texas is 6-3. TCU is 9-0.
TCU.
All right. I am also going Texas in this ball game.
Oh.
Done. I think TCU takes their first loss this weekend. A&M at Auburn. Ryan.
Give me Auburn with the Cadillac Williams. Yeah.
E-Rock. A&M at Auburn.
A&M is terrible this year.
So is Auburn.
No.
They're both 3-6. They both stink. They're
A&M's
terrible.
worse. I'm going with Auburn. A&M's way worse.
All right, I'm taking Auburn as well. LSU at Arkansas. Ryan.
LSU.
E-Rock.
LSU. That was, first of all, can we say how amazing the game was last week?
We can.
It was amazing.
Did you go to the game, Erica?
I did. I was on the field.
I know. I heard.
Matt was doing whiskey and wine.
I heard you storm the field.
I'm doing whiskey and wine, and I'm getting pictures from my wife on the field.
Good for you.
You didn't post any of the field pictures.
I did. And I had seats like behind the bench on the 30-yard line, 20 rows up. I had like the best seats ever.
You just posted this picture of people storming the field. Or Paul,
but I was on the field. The pictures of Lauren and I are on the field. I guess you can't tell us where we are, but yeah, we were on the field.
Those are her seats. She was sitting right behind the bench at like the 30-yard line.
Wow.
And I did not get her the tickets, by the way.
Yeah, I got my own tickets because I have more connections than you now, which is hilarious.
How did you get those tickets? That's a really good seat.
Good seats.
I'm very tight with a lot of the coaching staff now, so they all love me. I'm
Shout out.
Get Matt. I love our coaching staff, by the way. Phenomenal families, phenomenal family men, and phenomenal wives and 6 kids. Huge fan. And I love Jayden Daniels. He better not go to NFL, Matt. I'm with Ryan.
Hey.
What?
I'm the one who's been pro Jayden Daniels since the day he signed here.
Yeah, but you're trying to kick the guy out,
I'm
man.
the one who got crapped on by everybody for saying Jayden Daniels was going to start, not Miles Brennan. I could have spent the last 3 months, flipping all y'all the virtual bird, the figurative bird, this whole freaking time. But I'm not.
I never said anything bad about him.
But at my point, you ain't got to be sitting here and saying, "Down in the NFL." I don't want him to go. Of course I want him to come back. But I also understand he's got a decision to make. And if the kid wants to go make money, I don't blame him. Go make money.
He runs so fast. I love when he takes off running. I hold my breath. And I can't wait to cheer for Mason Taylor. I'm going to be cheering big time for him now that he's my...
You want to tell your Mason Taylor story?
I don't think they want to hear it, but okay. So after the game, he didn't look very sweaty, first of all, and he looked like a baby because he's so young. And
you can take the music down, Muse. Thank you.
We stormed the field. Not really storm it. We just approached the field. We get on the field. And then we're about to take our pictures. Well, everybody says storm the field. We didn't run by any means. We just kind of walked down there, and they opened the gate for us. Or you must show you the way in. There was no storming about it. So they're like, here, this way, everyone. But yeah, I did get stuck in there. So we're there. We're taking pictures. Okay, this is fun. Let's go. So then we try to leave. Well, then it starts becoming almost like mosh pit-ish, or whatever word it is.
Pit-ish. Yes.
Like it was very crowded, and you could barely move. So I am trying to lead the way out for my sister and her husband. And I'm making my way, however, toward the student section instead of away from the student section. So they're like, hey, you are totally not going the right way. You're going into the crowd. So I turn around. When I do, I'm like nose to nose with this guy. And he's pretty clean. He was an LSU football player. He didn't look like he played much because he was just kind of clean, fast. He was clean, and he looked so young. And I was like, who's this little guy? But he was tall. And as he passed me, as we're like shoulder to or nose to nose,
little guy.
I look at the back of his shirt. It says M. Taylor. I'm like, hold on, fast. Thank you. So I see it says M. Taylor, and I'm like, oh, look at him. Let's take a picture. Nobody's taking a picture with him. Let's take a photo with him. The moment passes, we don't take our photo, and then I see Jacques Doucet actually post this guy with this football in his hand, like saying game ball. And I'm like, that guy looks so familiar. I'm like, that's the guy. And then I'm like, wait, that's 86. That's the one that made the last two phenomenal plays. Oh, my gosh. So that was Mason. He's just so non-alarming, just like hanging out in the mosh pit, trying to get through.
Nobody wanted to take a picture with him. Just
no
poor
one
guy.
wanted to get a picture with him. I know. But it was like right there. He was so sweet. He was just like so sweet, Anyway, so that was really neat. And then his mom was sitting like right in front of me. By the way, she's gorgeous. And I didn't realize that was her until I see all the crying videos. I'm like, that's the girl in front of us the whole game that we kept saying how beautiful she was. Anyway, it was a little small world. Loved it.
Eric, have you seen the picture of Joe Burrow as a girl?
No.
Okay.
Who did that?
We're going to talk about that when we come back, so make sure you have
I don't like those face swaps. Those creep me out.
Joe
Matt.
Burrow as a chick is super
hot.
Super hot.
Yeah.
Like
really? Well, he's super hot as a guy. First of all, let's just say that.
No, he's more hot as a girl.
I mean,
really?
Dime piece. Joe Burrow is a chick.
Like he's a 10? He's a 10?
Oh yeah.
She.
As a she?
She.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to see him as a girl. That might ruin it for me.
All right, Erica. Thanks. Have a great night. We'll see you later.
All right, y'all too.
Okay.
See you later. Bye.
We're brought to you by GMFS Mortgage, GMFSmortgage.com, changing lives. Since 1999, home buy, refi, construction loans, they do it all at GMFS Mortgage. We've all seen what's happened with interest rates. Interest rates are going up. That doesn't mean it's not a great time to buy. It just means you need to talk with your local loan officer from GMFS Mortgage to let them help you through that process. Maybe there's a loan product that's perfect for you. If you're renting and you want to own, it could still be a great time. There's zero money down loans that are available. Just get in touch with a local loan officer at GMFS Mortgage, GMFSmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999, GMFSmortgage.com. Okay, I have next on the rundown Saints Steelers preview. We'll go through the injury report, tell you who's in, who's out, and I'll give you sort of a brief pick. There's just not a lot of sense in spending a lot of time on that, I don't think.
On the Saints?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, we'll do that next, AFR.
AFR.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling along. Glad you're with us here. Are you uncomfortable at all with how much attention Jill Burrow is getting?
No. I mean, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I realize it's a fictional person, but we did that a few years back.
There was a quarterback thing a few years back.
Yeah.
It was quarterbacks. So basically, there's a filter that turns like men into women.
Yes.
Right.
And vice versa.
What you would look like as a woman, and they did it with NFL quarterbacks. Remember Jimmy Garoppolo, and that one looked really good. They did it again on this one, and this Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't look as good as the one a couple of years ago.
A little bit like weathered.
But
she's been through it, you know.
If you've been on Twitter, Jill Burrow was trending. So, like, they basically gave the name of the quarterback, a female name, and then posted the picture. So they took a lot of quarterbacks: Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, lots of different quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo, and put the filter on them to make them women. And Joe Burrow as a chick is so hot.
I mean, like,
it's ridiculous, dude. It's so ridiculous. I mean, Paul, can you go, can you make that the full screen?
Look at Jill Burrow.
Fair skin, nice features, beautiful eyes, right?
Just total package, honestly. I mean, Jill Burrow.
Do you even need to see the body? Because this is like neck up. It's basically just head. Long hair. Do you even need to see the body, or are you good with it?
I feel like she would have probably lighter hair.
Like the thin neck, beautiful facial features. So do you not need to see the full length picture to make your decision?
Nope. Let's see some other ones.
Okay.
Let's see some other ones.
So, by the way, if you're listening and not watching, you go to Twitter. You can search Jill Burrow, or there was NFL Memes did this a couple of days ago. It's a Twitter account at NFL_memes, and they use this filter to get pictures of and basically said how many beers. How drunk would you have to be to, and so let's see, here's Zach Wilson and Matt Stafford. So Zach Wilson of the Jets on the left, Matt Stafford on the right.
What do you Zach Wilson's good, but kind of a big face.
Big face, yeah,
You know?
yeah. We sound super judgmental here.
Like kind of a moon face. Like
Matt Stafford. What names did they give them? Let's see. This would have been Megan Stafford. So Zach Wilson, Megan Stafford. And they put, like, what would you need? So Zara Wilson, kind of cute, 1 beer. Megan Stafford, you need 2 beers.
Megan Stafford looks like her breath stinks. Go back. Go back.
What does that even
I don't know.
mean?
This when I looked at her, I'm like, I bet you she has bad breath.
Oh, man. There you go.
She doesn't scream bad breath to you?
I know. No.
She does to me.
Let's see. We've got also that's Kyler Murray. Sorry, this is not cooperating as I try to go full screen on these. Kyler Murray's is cut off. Kylie Murray.
She's cute. She's cute.
It's hard to. It's hard to. It's just like nose up. It's hard to see. Patrick Mahomes, Patricia Mahomes. That's not a good look. That looks like.
Why did they do that?
That looks like Michael Jackson in 1991. That's not a good.
That's
look.
a character from Lord of the Rings, bro.
That looks like Patrick
she
Mahomes,
looks
just
like
with
an
longer
elf.
hair, right? That looks like Patrick Mahomes. That's not a great one.
That's not right.
I'm gonna tell you who else. Look, the top line on this page is what did it, because Jill Burrow was right next to Tanya Brady. And bro, Tom Brady as a chick looks really good too.
Tanya Brady's cute.
Tell me that's not a good looking woman.
She's like stunning, like
Both of
sharp
them.
features.
They kind of look like sisters, don't they?
Yeah, Jill Burrow and Tanya Brady. I mean,
they kind of quieted down his chin. You know what I mean? Like it's still there, but it's not as like.
Yeah.
You know, which gives her a little character.
Has anyone asked Joe Burrow about Jill?
I haven't seen anybody ask him.
Someone's got to ask.
Yeah.
Doesn't he do a podcast every week?
With Cowherd, yeah.
With Cowherd.
He does
That's
one
right.
with Cowherd.
Cowherd's
Cowherd will do it.
Gotta ask him about this.
It's got to be in a setting like that. If they do it at media availability, he's just going to brush it off. Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo and Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers is a little rough. That's okay, not a little rough, a lot rough. Rodgers, that's tough. That's a tough look.
Jimmy Garoppolo looks like a chick from like the Bronx.
Yeah. So real talk, they did. I don't love this one of Jimmy Garoppolo. They did one a few years ago that was. It's ridiculous that we're taking this seriously. Like LSU is a 3-point road favorite in what might be the biggest trap game ever, with so much on the line, and we're looking at memes of NFL quarterbacks.
Go back to Aaron Rodgers.
No, we're
She
gonna
looks
move
like a
on.
witch.
Justin Fields, unfortunately, is. You know what the problem with? So this is Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Justin Fields looks like a kid. Justin Fields looks too young. Justin Fields looks too young, right? Doesn't that look like, you know what I mean?
In high school.
It looks like one of the Cosby children.
Yeah.
Like it's just like from the Cosby show. I mean, like
Why did they make her
young.
face so small? It's like something's not right. Everything's too close together.
What do you think about Russell Wilson? Kind of dreamy, mysterious,
dirty,
dark
like
eyes,
dirty.
dark
Makes
hair.
bad choices. She makes bad choices. She's got that face like I'm gonna do something wrong.
And then this is I think rough on both accounts. Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins, neither are that's neither are really good. Kirk Cousins looks like a man with a wig on. Is that fair? Kirk Cousins looks like a man.
The Kirk Cousins looks like a Saturday Night Live character, like that's really funny, super funny, about to tell some jokes. And Deshaun looks like somebody's aunt, like great aunt.
Yeah, Deshaun, that's a good way to put it. Deshaun looks really old.
She
looks like an old woman.
Yeah, she looks old. Yeah. Kirk Cousins is horrible looking as a female. I mean, bad. Look how angry. Like, no, she would tie you up in her basement and torture you.
I am so glad we did this.
Look at that smile.
I'm so glad we did this instead of talking about the Saints.
Call that a smile?
Bro.
I mean, had we actually sat here and talked about the Saints, I would have just gotten more and more depressed. Jarvis is going to play on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we're good, bro.
It's been a minute.
We're good.
Do you you've not been following the Saints at all?
I mean, you know, a little bit, but I'm going to say this though, Matt, like I'm not one of those guys that's just going to jump off the bandwagon.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Like they're just when they start to hit a couple roadblocks, it's like everybody just starts crapping on them, you included, you know, which I never thought you would be that way, being as big of a Saints fan as you are.
I am a Saints fan, and I want them to win. I will always pull for them to win. I want them to win. If the Saints make the playoffs as a 6-win football team, I would do backflips and be ecstatic. and I would hope that they go on and win a championship. I'm also realistic enough to know that even if you win a division as a 6 or 7 win team, you have major issues. You're just playing a crap division, and that's the point. The NFC South is total garbage. There's no good quarterbacks, and Dennis Allen's not a good head football coach. That much is evident.
All these injuries, man.
They had all these injuries a year ago. Last year, the last year's New Orleans Saints had more different starters than any team in NFL history. There's never been a more injury-plagued team in the history of the NFL than the 2021 New Orleans Saints, and they went 9-8 because they had a great head coach. And by the way, they played 4 different quarterbacks, so I don't even want to hear that excuse. If that team a year ago would have had a guy of Andy Dalton's caliber, instead of Trevor Siemian and Ian Book and Taysom Hill playing quarterback after Jameis got hurt, they probably do make the playoffs. Anyway, point is, Dennis Allen's not a great coach. He's mismanaged the roster. They made bad personnel decisions. They're like, Pete Carmichael clearly needs Sean Payton engaged as well. Like he's not good enough at this to just flap his own wings and fly. He needs someone to kind of be the wind beneath his wings, as it might be. And then you look at this game and you're losing both Eric McCoy and Andres Pete in the ball game. You know Mike D's old adage, we've talked about it for years. The week a team loses their starting center, they fail to cover like 85% of the time. The line's 1.5 in this game. Saints are actually 1.5 point favorite. Steelers are coming off their bye. This is just an awful scenario. It's a short week for the Saints after playing on Monday Night Football. You got to travel to a team that's rested. You're without 2 starting offensive linemen. You stink as it is. You're without your best defensive player in Pete Werner, who's been your best defensive player this year, I should say. No, I have no confidence in the Saints to go win this football game. I expect the Steelers to win this game.
You know what they say in the NFL? Anything can happen on Sunday.
Yes. Well, actually, what they say is any given Sunday.
Yeah, and listen,
not anything can happen on Sunday.
I'm not pulling for the Saints. I feel good about the Saints. I feel good about the Saints winning. I'm not going to be that guy, man, that just keeps bouncing from, I like them and then I don't like them.
I'm not. No. Like, I know what you're doing, but you are the guy that bounces from I like them, I don't like them. I will always love them. They are my team. I will always pull for them in every scenario ever.
Well, why are you crushing the head coach and everybody? Like, they're trying their best, bro.
Because I get paid.
They're giving their best effort.
I get paid to give honest. I get paid to give honest opinions. And the reason people have listened to the show for a long time is they know I don't BS. You may not like what I say sometimes, and that's cool. I get it. No worries. And sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. I am not happy with the direction of this organization. I said it a million times. I was okay with them hiring DA. Wasn't my favorite choice, but I was okay with it. I understood it. Now you have a large enough sample size and what he previously did in Oakland to realize he ain't a good head coach. So you can keep going down this path for as long as you want, hoping that maybe he figures it out. I don't think he will, especially with the roster situation, the cap situation, the draft capital you don't have. I don't see a way out for him. So, I mean, it's just, I don't think it gets any better.
Who's the next coach?
I have no idea. I wanted them to hire Eric Bieniemy last time. I wanted an offensive-minded coach because the NFL is a copycat league, and that's what's working around the league. So that's what it is. All right, it's after further review. We'll come back. We are going to give you an LSU-Arkansas pick before the end of the show. We'll get to Ask Ryan as well. And what's your thoughts on Stroh's winning the World Series? We'll go over our preseason picks for the Major League Baseball season. We will revisit that and tell you what we got right and what we got wrong. That's next on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Y'all, it is finally next week going to be getting chilly. Tonight, as a matter of fact, the low is 50. That cold front is moving in. You know what happens when the cold weather comes. You turn on your heater. Well, have you had your heater inspected? Do you know if it's running efficiently? Do you know if it's safe? That's the most important part about this. You crank up that heater, it's dormant for months, collecting dust. It can become a hazard. We unfortunately hear about things like that every year during the winter with people trying to warm their homes, keep their homes warm. Don't take a chance. Don't risk your belongings and, more importantly, your family. Call River City's 1 Hour Air, the preseason heater safety check. They'll save $30 off the price just by mentioning the Moscona special. And when you're part of their membership club, that's complimentary every season. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication, grit.
We get it done with passion for our fans
and love for our community. We are
the Tigers.
Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Louisville for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $11,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 72 months on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and
So yo, break it down. And we're gonna do it a little something like this. Now, by the way, I'm giving this to the whole New Orleans and everybody in America that don't know the tip about this.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we are going to get you a pick on LSU-Arkansas coming up here in a bit, and also ask Ryan to wrap up the show so you can get your questions in. You can email us, matt@1045espn.com. You can tweet us at Matt Moscona.
Hey, Twitter world.
Thank you, Juice. You can jump in the Bayou Forward YouTube chat and the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel, or text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400. What a boss move by Mattress Mac. Many of y'all know Mattress Mac, the Houston furniture tycoon, makes these bets that he does as a promo every year where he gives away furniture and he hedges by making these enormous bets. Well, the Astros won the World Series, so he gave away $75 million essentially in free furniture. And as a result, he made this bet that he's going to make $75 million when the Astros win the World Series. So he goes to Vegas, flies to Vegas to go get his cash, and he brought a wheelbarrow on his plane. And there, he posted this video of him with $10 million cash money in this wheelbarrow. Like counted, wrapped blocks of cash, bags, in a wheelbarrow that he's bringing onto this plane. That guy is a gangster. Are you kidding me? He's an 80-year-old. How old is Mattress Mac? He's got to be pushing 80. Can you please look it up? Mattress Mac, he's definitely in his 70s, and he rolls up in his own private plane.
71.
Rolls up in his private plane, picks up $10 million cash, bro, and flies it back to Houston, puts it in a wheelbarrow.
So what did he do with the cash once he got there? Like that's the
dude. He's got security there, taking the cash into his car. I mean, I guess bring it to the bank. I don't know. I don't think he's burying it in his backyard.
Well, then why wouldn't you just wire it?
Maybe he's going straight to the club.
He
I don't
might
know.
be going to
I
the
don't know if
club.
you. I so legitimately don't know the answer to this. This is a better question for someone like Jimmy. But if you were going to cash a ticket at a casino, right? So if that was like at Caesars or I think it was BetMGM where he placed the bet or whatever the case may be, I think you have to go cash the ticket at the window. So like he had to go to Vegas to the casino that took the bet to cash the ticket, and they give you your winnings.
10 milli.
10 million. Dude wants $75 million.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, he's going to have $75 million cash.
No, that's the point. So, but he made multiple bets is my point. So because he's going to make one bet at that. No casino, no house is going to leverage themselves that much. So a lot of different casinos or books, sports books took those bets, those high dollar bets. And so he's got to go collect at each of them essentially. So maybe we'll have more of those coming, man. What were your thoughts on Houston winning it?
I was really happy. I mean, I really was. It wouldn't have bothered me if the Phillies won. I think I said that. But, for Dusty to get him one, listen to him after the game talking about it, to see how like A-Rod, Frank Thomas, David Ortiz were all so genuinely happy for him, knowing he's been a lifer in the game. Literally, like that's all he's done his entire life is played baseball.
He's been in Major League Baseball since the 1960s.
Yeah.
He's been 60 years in Major League as a player and manager and everything.
So for him to finally get one, look, Dusty's had some teams too that were capable of winning this thing, and it just didn't happen. It's not an easy thing to do. The knock on Dusty was always he couldn't manage a pitching staff.
And boy, in games 2 and 3, you kind of got a little bit of that, didn't you?
And so rolling the dice, taking some chances there, and it worked out for him this year where you saw the combined no-hitter, which couldn't have been managed any better. But also, man, I'm giving Dusty the credit, you had a bullpen in Houston that was unbelievable. And it was unbelievable all year long. So, man, look, I was fired up. Alex got him one. What a year for Alex Bregman. Has his first child, wins a World Series. Like, he's never going to forget 2022. And then it's the closest team to Baton Rouge. So I think there's a lot of people pulling for the Astros. I think the Phillies will be back. I do think that their core is a good club. And it was cool to see Nola there. We're always pissed that he doesn't get any run support. And I've said it on this show, but, the guy would be a borderline Hall of Fame guy at this point in his career if he played on a team that actually scored runs. And that's true, because his win-loss would be much different. So assuming he stays healthy and can continue to do that, it was good to see him get a chance to pitch there. It was a fun series to watch. It really was.
I don't think many thought, especially the way it started, that it would go 6. I think the odds were the betting odds initially were Houston 5 maybe was the best odds, but I was very happy for Alex. I have no emotion whatsoever toward the Houston Astros. That's not my team. Has never been my team. I'm not going to pretend to care about them. I'm just happy for Alex Bregman to win a second. Do you think that changes the conversation after 2017 with the?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I had this discussion with someone recently about that. Everybody was doing something in 2017. And I'm going to tell you this, they're doing something now too. Like there's something going on. You're always going to trust the thing about baseball. You're always trying to get an edge, find a way to get it to get an advantage on the opponent. They had the banging of the trash cans and then the buzzer and all this stuff, but that wasn't all that was happening. Yes, this puts that to bed in my opinion. At least I hope that it does. And we saw a star born this October in Jeremy Pena.
Awesome.
Look, Astros shortstop, it's never been done. You've never had a rookie shortstop do that, win the MVP of those last 2 series like that. And so it was a fun series, great series to watch.
It was. I don't mean to go Yankees on you, but it was reminiscent of Jeter in '96. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jeter got a little taste of it late in the season in '95, and then became the starter in '96, and then won the World Series and went on a run where they won 3 out of 4 years. And won it with him as a rookie. So it was a little bit reminiscent of that. The core of the Astros isn't going anywhere. So
right, correct.
They're on a run, man, and that's for me. Like the only thing I really care about is Alex. I mean, I want great things for him. And if he continues and has a great career and wins more championships, that the Hall of Fame conversation comes around one day, and the more they win, the less relevant that conversation about the trash cans things, which, when you look at the context of the whole thing, we don't even get into it. But I've compared it to Tom Brady with Deflategate and Spygate. People have talked about that. People will have their impressions of the Patriots because of those things. Nobody's minimizing Tom Brady or Bill Belichick's greatness in any way because of those things.
Right.
So that's what I think. The more Houston wins, the more that conversation becomes. All right, we're brought to you by Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138 for Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank and vinyl siding. And remember, we always say it's experience, quality, and service. At Relief Windows, they'll never take $1 from you until the work is done and you're thrilled. That's what Brandon Holly demands. That's how they've built their company, and that's why you see so many amazing reviews of Relief Windows, because they just do the best work. They're Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. We're going to get to Ask Ryan to wrap up the show. We both picked LSU in our Pick'em segment earlier this hour. Do you want to give a thought on the LSU-Arkansas game after the break and then get to Ask Ryan, or do you want to give a thought now?
We can do it after. Whatever.
Okay, let's do that. We're not going to break. We'll come back. We'll just give you a thought on LSU-Arkansas. I'll give you my pick, how I think the game goes, and we'll do Ask Ryan so you can line up your questions. We'll wrap up next on AFR.
AFR.
Rouse's is the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. You can always download the Rouse's app. Remember, curbside pickup and delivery options are available at Rouse's, so it's really easy. So you download the app, you select all your items, your personal shopper will go pick them out for you. When you pull into one of the designated curbside spaces, they'll bring your groceries out to you. That's at Rouse's. Of course, game watch tomorrow for LSU and Arkansas, or hanging at the house all day. You want to have your groceries delivered, you can do that with delivery on the Rouse's app as well. They got great items for any type of spread for a party if you're hosting. The little muffaletta sandwich trays. They got cheese and charcuterie. If you want a whole bunch of different meat selections for a lot of different guests, they can do that for you as well. Maybe you're driving home right now and you need dinner plans. Shoot, great seafood options. They got sushi made, chicken prepared so many different ways. Check it out. It's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's, this feels like home.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, down the stretch we come. Final segment here. Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. T-Bob and I will be at Don Juan tomorrow. They will open at 11, so if you want to watch the game at Don Juan, you can. But as soon as the game goes final, T-Bob and I will be live for Whiskey and Wine from Don Juan Cigar Bar. Come hang out with us. If you can't hang out with us, you can watch us on the Watch One. Throughout this year, they allow 31 points a game. Their pass defense is atrocious, and their best safety is suspended. Brian Kelly's done a magnificent job of compartmentalizing this team. I've said it so many times that this team has responded to adversity exceptionally well, losing to Tennessee and bouncing back the way they did the next week at Florida. They've been down in every single game against Power 5 teams that they played this year and managed to win all but the game against Tennessee. So, well, in Florida State, obviously, but they rallied there. I just like the makeup of this LSU team. I think they have an adult that's coaching them who is going to have them ready to play. So I do like LSU against a bad Arkansas defense with a very limited KJ Jefferson. So, yeah, I think LSU goes, and I think they win 30-21, and it's probably a game that's close. I think Arkansas, by the way, I think Arkansas will have a lead in this game in the first half. I think Arkansas will have a lead in the first half. But I think it's a game where you see LSU do what they've done all year, which is build and get better and stronger as the game goes along. And LSU will outscore Arkansas in the fourth quarter and make this one not quite as intense late as we've feared throughout the week that this would go. So, yeah, I like LSU 30-21 to beat Arkansas in Fayetteville tomorrow morning.
And win the West.
And yes, I think Alabama will beat Ole Miss, and I think we'll all go to bed tomorrow night, and LSU will be the SEC West champion. We'll start preparing for Atlanta. Not me. I mean, I thought this was an 8-4 football team, which was more optimistic than a lot of people had them, but I never thought this. Would have never thought this. So. Muse, Paulie, we appreciate y'all. Shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Give us a shout, HudcoRoofing.com. We'll see you Monday 3. It's AFR.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about Mold Zero USA, Mold Zero USA, mold-0usa.com. You've seen this process with Jim Woodworth and the gang over at Mold Zero. I've described it. It's a non-toxic, patented dry fog. So essentially, they'll come into your home, your office, your building, whatever it is, spray the fog, wait about 45 minutes to let it dwell, as it's been described. And then as soon as the fog dissipates, you can go back in. And it's completely safe. Gets into every single nook and cranny. So not only will it kill mold, but other pathogens, harmful pathogens, and eliminate odor as well. You'll have a very fresh smelling building, home, whatever it may be, whenever you come back in. You can get a free estimate, and Mold Zero services all of Greater Baton Rouge and all of Greater New Orleans. So go to the website. There's the phone number for Baton Rouge and New Orleans at the top of the page. It's mold-0usa.com, mold-0usa.com.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% for 60 months on new 2022 Ford F-150s. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.